This is the M-Balm effect. M-Balm.
Look at this guy. What the hell happened to his eye? He looks insane.
Omen.
I will tell my son this. You better make sure she comes.
Ghost.
It's like going back to contest with Tomb Raider.
Austin Dash.
Eat you alive. Have you not seen Mermaid?
Streaming live from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and the embalmeffect.com. The M-Balm effect starts now.
What is up? It is Saturday. The dead walk all among us. Welcome to the M-Balm effect. I'm M-Balm, Austin Dash on the side of me here in studio. But you know who else is in studio with us, Austin?
We got two special guests here.
That's right. We have DeadXOLaughter and Fear Butcher here live in studio in the
Give a
ROC.
round of applause.
Baby. Yes, that's right. We have them here. We have the kids cheering and the crowd applauding you boys. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm doing my best.
You doing your best?
gotta
you
do
can
your
always
best.
you can always move the microphone if you want, just to get a clearer sound.
So we can.
Sound better?
If you need the penis closer
Yes.
to your face.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Can
yeah.
you hear me now?
How about now, Mr. Krabs?
Hey, I can feel it now, Mr. Krabs.
Feel it now, Mr. Krabs.
That's right. We can feel it now. It's so good to have you guys here in studio with us. I know this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Almost didn't happen, but here we are.
Right.
Long story short, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're here
at
now.
work.
We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
Jesus Christ.
From the beginning.
Family Guy reference already, and some questions.
What a
Right?
talk slut.
God, man, he's already going at it. It's not even.
I'm sorry.
Not even a few minutes into the show as it starts, and he's already getting on with it. We already have comments coming in for you
I
boys.
love it.
My mom, wow, she's in here. She says, "Hi guys, I flew today." Well, I did too.
Oh,
Good job, Mom.
There you go.
We're all flying.
I was just gonna say that too.
Happy for Mom.
We got some other listener here. Hey guys, hey, how's it going? We have a lot of people, joining us here as it goes on. And
Hi,
it's-
peoples.
yeah, we're here.
Rose.
We're here with Rochester's finest here, as always.
These two beautiful gentlemen.
You're too kind.
Too kind.
Too kind.
Too kind. Be kind and rewind. Remember that? Good old fashioned blockbuster.
Wait. Rewind? Did you bring something up that may not be a thing anymore?
Yeah, you're right. Blockbuster, which unfortunately closed many years ago at this point. I think there's one left in existence.
I got some funny stories about Blockbuster.
Uh-oh.
Okay, cockbuster.
Oh, Jesus Christ. When I was little, my parents would rent me some shit from Blockbuster, and I would hide it in my room.
Yeah.
And then they'd pay the fee, and I'd keep it.
Dude, so
Easy. Very easy to do.
they'd pay the fee and
Blockbuster
keep
there.
it.
It's like 75% cheaper than what you would pay for it in a store.
Oh, dude. Yeah, why
Sorry,
not?
Mom. Sorry, Mom. I know you're probably
Yeah,
gonna watch this.
I had Jackass the game. I rented it, and at the end of Blockbuster, they were just like, "Yeah, but it's done. There's no more Blockbuster." I was like, "So I guess you keep this?"
You know what? I forgot to bring back a game from Blockbusters, and I still have it.
Damn.
Why would you do this?
I did it with Tony Hawk's Underground.
Tony Hawk's Underground. Yeah.
Mine was like Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of the first. Actually, it was not a bad game. Not gonna lie. It was
Yeah?
like, yeah,
Best in the world.
it was all right.
You want to talk? Well, I know we're going to talk a lot about different things here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know.
shit.
We definitely gotta. Oh, you know what? Andrea, one of our listeners, did say get fucking weird.
We have to get weird.
We have to get weird for her. Andrea, if you
Yeah.
if and when you're listening, Andrea, because I know you said you had to work today and all that.
We love you, Andrea.
Yeah, we do. We love Andrea. I don't know what's going on here. Some of the comments are blank. Nikki tried to say something. I don't know what happened there, but as you can see, there's nothing
Are
there.
you censoring this show?
No, I don't censor anything here, Jerry. You know, I try to do my best to keep
be
it
a gl-
and real.
Could be a glitch.
Could be a glitch in the system. I don't know. We're in the
Nikki
Matrix.
is my old lady.
All right.
She
There you
said
go.
she's going to be monitoring me.
She's gonna monitor you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Fear Butcher is gonna be monitored here on the show. It's okay. It's all right. Because I'm already drinking, boys. It's not gonna
Me
happen.
too.
I'm not the one. He's got an Aquafina.
This is my first drink.
Hey,
Wink, wink.
Cheers,
All right,
bro.
here we go.
Good boy.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Here
Cheers.
we go.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.
Get weird, guys.
Let's get sideways. How's it hanging? Is it hanging crooked, sideways, straight? How's it going?
Not at all.
Right to the right.
Doesn't that hurt?
No, it's just naturally to the right.
Now, Dead Laughter, otherwise known as Jerry Motions, he's a trooper, man. He's a third-time vet here on this show. He's seen it from the little round circle jerk table
Yeah.
to what it is today.
Wasn't it like the circle jerk table with like a third leg?
Yeah, technically yes. The leg on that table was only held by, I'd say, balance.
Yeah, Joyce wasn't even here at that time.
No, Joyce was not here
And-
at the first time.
She was here with us in spirit, and now she has a
She has
body.
a scythe. That's interesting.
It is. Yeah. Well, that's
Hanging out with Darth Vader, nonetheless.
I know she loves her.
You're cheating on Billy No Mates?
Yeah, dude.
Billy
it's,
No Mates.
it's been a long time since she's seen him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She's got to get
It's my
her.
fault.
She's got to have her necessities taken care of. You know, her needs.
Right?
You know. So, boys, let's talk about not just Joyce, but let's talk about you guys. You had a single just drop.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. How's
your
that
single
going?
dropped like balls dropping. I mean, it was great,
I would
right?
assume. I wouldn't make
went
the
through
comparison.
We went through puberty for that.
It's a little weird.
Hey, we're supposed to get weird.
Yeah.
Our balls dropped for sell your chains.
Yeah.
So this is your single right here. I want to know what was the backstory and all that shit about this one.
This story?
Yeah, what's the backstory on this one?
Okay. So I made the beat because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I just made it and it sounded right. And I thought in my head, I want to make a song kind of portraying the idea that you don't need all this extra bullshit. Like people that come into money, especially in the music world, they try to get a car, they try to get jewelry, they try to get this, that, and the other. Invest in whatever can make you a better person later down on the road instead of wearing it on your wrist or your neck.
Yeah.
Or it could be translated as just stop being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Just get rid of your chains. Sell it. Sell it for the idea for something that's more valuable than what you hone to yourself at that point in time.
It holds true. When people say more money, more problems, you ain't kidding.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you see these celebrities go into a pit of misery. You know, everyone's like, oh, they're so happy, they're rich, they're famous. But honestly, we see a lot of mental illness come about, I think, probably tenfold at this point when you're
they're
at that
given
status.
That's
all
because
this
everyone.
power,
That's
like-
because everyone's been ignoring it, and the more you ignore it, the
Yeah.
more it's gonna get worse. The
Yeah.
more you ignore a problem, it's gonna get worse. You
I'm
don't.
a big proponent of mental health.
Oh, me too, man.
Same.
The best thing that you
Same
can do
here,
is take
bro.
care of yourself.
Yes.
Most people call it narcissism. Most people call it selfishness. Putting yourself first is one of the best things that you.
It's
can
called
do as a person.
self-love. It's called self-care.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. Sometimes.
And most of the time, it's the people that don't like you that
That's-
call it narcissism.
Yep.
if
That's
that
because they
makes sense.
benefited from using you and
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
And I've been through that ringer quite a lot.
Same.
I've been in this music industry since 2017. I got a lot of fucking people that don't want me to be doing what I'm doing right now because they see.
Fuck them.
Too bad, bitch.
honestly, that's. Think about it this way. That's like more material for your music. Honestly, like that gives you motivation to make more music.
Yeah.
You can
Definitely
tell
lights
those
a fire, that's for
haters
sure.
to go fuck off. You know.
Well, my thing is, I don't really talk about my personal life in my music. Not a lot. I like to tell stories, and I like to attribute them to my songs. I mean, I like to attribute them to more like fabricated scenarios instead
Yeah.
of anything that goes on in my own life. Because my life is pretty boring.
You know, I
Been there.
thought about this, the other day. I was like, somebody would probably watch this show and then meet me in person and go, wow, you're really completely different in
Yeah.
person. It's like, well, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit more shyer in person, I guess you could say. Like I'm
Yeah.
more
This is the most
reserved.
This is the most outgoing I've ever seen you. Is usually on here.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I'm very conservative in my own aspect of who I am as a person.
Well, yeah.
Not outward. It's just like I don't like to really talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's
when
all
I
good.
let people into the world and the realm that I'm making, it means that I truly believe in them.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, bro. I mean, we all struggle with like our own like social anxiety, and it's like, honestly, I'm at that point where it's like I don't give a fuck anymore. It's just I want to be me. I want to love myself.
Be you unapologetically. Just
Exactly.
Continue to be you, and if people have a problem with it, then that's their fucking problem.
My boy Sean, who's also a podcaster, he commented, "Boom!" I'm sure about the mental illness aspect of it. So, yeah, he's got a podcast, Sitting with Sean. He talks about mental illness and mental health and all that. So he actually is located all the way up in Alaska.
Hi, Sean.
So yeah, Sean's awesome, man.
Frigid North.
Yes. Oh, dude, I can imagine. I don't know. I don't know if I could live in Alaska.
Doesn't the Alaskan government like pay people to move there?
Do they?
Is that not
Is
a
that
thing
a-
anymore?
yeah.
I feel like there was like a work thing where Alaska was like trying to
mean,
give people money for residence.
Just come here, please.
Honestly, Alaska is only good for like Discovery Channel and like nature and all that shit.
Whoa! And you know what they call that here on this show? That's a shots fucking fired, man. Austin Dash,
Okay,
They're bleeding out now.
Dollar General, Orange Cassidy over here making the shots. Jesus.
Okay. Tell me, what do you usually see that's on like Discovery Channel that are always taking place in Alaska? Alaskan Frontier, Deadliest Catch.
I know, but still. Sean says
Discovery Channel. Well,
Sean
come
says
on.
permanent fund dividend. So that's what I guess they offer you if you move to Alaska. I don't know. I'm not looking to move to Alaska anytime soon, if at all.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I want to get down south, if anything, because I want the warmer weather.
You ever
I like
been
the
in
middle.
like super humid climate?
Yes.
You ever seen mosquitoes the size of a quarter?
When I was down in Florida for a few times.
Yeah, you were
Jesus.
fucking kidding on that. That and lizards.
Have you ever
Yes,
had
lots of
moss grown
lizards.
on your ass yet?
Lot
Yeah,
lizards.
I'm a good old born and bred Southern boy. Yes, I have.
I just open the door to Florida and it's just lizards on my door, on my windows,
On your
my,
wang, on your
my
dang.
wang, dude. It was a
Lizards are
lizard.
cool though.
The
green
anoles?
anoles?
Yeah. Anoles?
Yeah,
those
they
are
used
they're
to run
so
around my
cute.
house.
They're adorable. The only south I've ever been to is probably Virginia, but I've always wanted to go like Florida and shit.
Virginia
Like,
ain't the South.
I know.
I know, I was gonna
It's
say,
like
that's
borderline.
Get
south.
'em.
That's like border. Boys,
Get them. All right, so Sean says this year $3,200 per person per household, and he says you have to be a resident for at least 3 years. So you have some stipulations there before you can collect some money for living in Alaska. You can't just go there and collect money and then move back somewhere. He says there are a lot of benefits of living here, especially as a veteran, and he is a veteran. So thank you for your service,
thank you
Sean.
for
I mean,
your
that
service.
makes that makes sense. I mean, like think about it. You got your own land. You could do whatever the fuck you want. You could shoot whatever the fuck you want. I mean, like the only thing you got to
could
worry
shoot
about is
anything you want.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
okay, that's fair.
Kinda. I'm just glad that I wasn't
Don't say
talking
that.
out of my ass because I'm glad that he confirmed it. 'cause
Okay,
it was
okay.
it was
Not
like a vague,
everything, not everything,
It
but
was
no,
like a vague memory of mine.
No, I
that
do
people-
remember.
that Alaska pays people, but
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Animal wise, that's what I meant. But like, you think about it. But if you think about it this way, I mean, look at all the fucking grizzly bears and all the other dangerous animals that live
It's
there.
not even the wildlife; it's the harsh conditions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the snow is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Isn't the movie The Fourth Kind? Isn't that in?
Yeah, it's in Nome,
Yeah.
Nome, Alaska,
And
from the
it's
alien
totally like-
abductions where they thought that all the aliens were owls.
Dude, I love that
I
movie.
love
It
that
terrified
movie a
the
lot.
shit out of me, but I love that movie.
Don't forget Balto, man. That's taking place in Alaska.
All right, so let's see here.
Who's buzzing off?
I don't know.
buzzing?
I
Buzz
think-
off, bro.
Yo, you're on the M-Balm effect. Hello, you there? I hope so.
Did you switch it over from when we?
Oh
just
yeah, it's
talked?
there.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Are you there?
One
Hello?
fish.
Hey, what's up? How's it hanging?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, we're
Name's
hanging.
Junie.
Oh, how's it?
What's going on?
Yeah, how you doing?
I just wanted to tell Cape Fear to slow down on drinking, and I love him. Woo!
Oh,
No, I'm not gonna do that, but I love you
now
too.
he's gonna drink more. What
yeah,
have you done?
You have fueled my fire.
We were told to get weird. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh,
Life is like Dark Souls. We're gonna keep going.
He's got water.
I know he's got water. You
He
gotta
hasn't
hydrate.
touched.
You gotta hydrate.
I
got this whole thing of
brought
water here.
Hey, it's called Get Good.
Get good and get gone, right? Get wasted, swifty.
Yo, keep doing what you guys are doing. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Oh,
Thank
have
you
fun.
too much.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you too.
Thanks for calling in, man. So, as you have it, somebody is keeping an eye on you, not just your old lady.
Yeah, now
I don't even know who that was.
I was gonna
but
say, who was that?
I don't know.
You didn't hear the name?
To be honest with you, I think I overtalked.
Okay.
I overspoke. The
He
word.
talk slutted the new way.
He's spoken.
The new way.
She's a talk slut.
It's okay. Well,
Don't be like that.
Cape Fear Butcher's not going to be slowing down on drinks anytime soon.
Nah,
He
you
says
can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to live my life.
Nah.
I love you.
Can't
I
take his
appreciate
beer.
your concern, but it's not gonna happen.
Can't take his bear.
You can't take his beer.
God, it reminds me of that fucking ASDFGH movie. It's like a YouTube video, and it's like the cop says, "Hey kid, you can't skate here." The kid's like, "You can't tell me what to do." He skates through a landmine and explodes.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck.
So here we go. We got a comment here. Nikki says it was June. We're watching him
June.
at.
Hey
They're
June.
watching
No, I know. See here, I'll take over.
there we
the
go.
mic
Okay.
real quick. Hey June, I want to tell you one thing right now.
Uh-oh.
Suck my nipples.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
He said that on live.
Dr. Boom, I'm not taking the beer. It's his beer.
That got my nips very hard.
If I take the beer, he's gonna have another beer.
Oh yeah, this guy he'll pull beer out of thin air if he wants to.
If you want me to, I will. I'm a fucking magician.
Viewer, so.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, you're on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that,
I
he's
haven't
on
gone
TikTok.
live in forever, but I figured I'd go live a little bit. My buddy
Are you
Dr.
live
Boom.
right now?
Yeah, yeah. Here.
See, Austin, he knows how to do TikTok publicity. How come you're not in on this shit?
Well, I mean, I haven't done live
Yeah,
in like
it's
forever.
Frozen
and-
that way.
Good.
So Jerry, otherwise known as Dead Laughter, he's on TikTok live, as it happens,
Yes.
while it happens.
Well, it happens.
No,
Yeah, I think you told me to do it through the M-Balm effect, not my own profile.
so
Yeah, because you have enough
that's true.
followers, right?
Yeah.
He
to,
does.
to do it. Then start with that, and then tell them to go to M-Palm from
yes,
that
tell
point,
him to
and then
follow us.
Oh yeah, no, I've
Promote,
been
promote.
I've been wanting to do that in like forever.
Well, then why haven't you done
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
You want me to
in
do it-
forever.
do you want me to do it now?
Not only do it now, but do it
now.
live, like
Yeah,
Bill O'Reilly
do
in
it live.
'93.
How many followers do you have?
I got about 14,000.
14,000.
Woo, that's even more than me.
On the tick of talk.
The tick of talk
Okay.
for the homie.
You want to? Okay. If you want to see
You just got talk
I want
slut.
to see your TikTok. You show me that TikTok.
Talk slut.
I did.
Tick, 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 tock.
So this guy over here, he's supposed to be the TikTok ambassador, right? But here he is doing it for his own self.
Nas just like exploded on your teeth. I
Where
put
on
it
his
down,
face? Oh, I thought you meant on his face.
No. I SMR'd.
I thought you were talking about Lil Nas X. That's what I thought you were talking about. That's a bop 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 it up.
That's a bop 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 it up.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
So here's this guy.
I didn't need you to prove it to me. I believe
Well,
you.
he's got to show who's got a bigger dick.
Hey, I gotta show it off somehow. I gotta boost my ego somehow.
That's what she said.
Yeah, where's the lightsaber today, buddy?
Oh, you know, I wanted to bring that.
Dude,
I
are you
wanted to
kidding
bring
me?
That. I
Come
forgot to.
on, Orange Cassidy.
This is the second time he's forgotten this.
Well, why did you? Okay, fine. Next time I'll bring. Okay, fine. Next time I'll bring it more often. Okay.
Bring it more often. Next time he'll bring it more often.
Hi, boom, baby.
Bring it
I
more.
see you.
So Nikki says June asked right or left nip?
By the way,
Both.
Both nips at the same time.
Both.
Right?
Both.
Same time?
You can't run faster than me.
Same time.
I'll
There you
get
go.
You got to have it at the same time. Left and right.
My tongue is ambidextrous.
Yes. It's the best kind. It's the best
got
kind of
that?
tongue.
You got that split tongue?
Yes. He's got lizard tongue.
He's a snaky demon.
Oh, June's on here now. He says you're greedy. Oh, wow. Jeez.
Oh, no.
Hey, June, let me borrow $100.
Let me. Damn.
I won't pay it back. I just want it.
You want to know what it's like to be a rock star?
Time is money.
Yes, he does.
Can I borrow $100?
Dude, I could only imagine what you guys hear in the music world. Now, we all know the craziness has happened in the music world here and all that.
The chaos.
The chaos.
That is our music scene right now.
But just in general, you guys experience chaos on the daily.
That's just the Rochester scene.
Oh,
that's
true.
For real,
That's
though.
You're right.
true.
He's
I
not.
deal
He's not
with
lying.
People all over the country, and it ain't no different, really.
Yeah, that's been the nice thing is like the experience of like, I know Rochester. I'm G Motion Promotion. That's what I tried to do here.
Motion
Same.
promotion with the notion.
But
With
he
the
talks about
motion in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. He
But
knows.
he knows the scene more than I do. Like he understands it because he's experienced it more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you.
Soaking in the knowledge. I'm taking in the Cape Fear of it all.
I'm
Cape
always willing to spread my knowledge.
I love your knowledge spread on me.
Knowledge being spread all over you is just so nice. Spread that knowledge.
I just got a lollipop and roses. Thank you guys. I really
Sean
appreciate
says
it.
OnlyFans, bro.
OnlyFans. I
Yeah.
don't know if we're ever gonna do OnlyFans.
Who,
should
me? Let me
Yeah.
borrow $100 and I might start it.
Let me borrow $100.
And then
won't pay it back.
OnlyFans.
Let your money work for you.
Only Cape Fear Butchers.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
No, not at all. But I'll tell you what, from what I've seen in the music side of things, going to shows and all that, it's such a nice fucking
It's
community.
a family community. It's fucking awesome. There's so many talented bands out there of different genres. I was actually just telling the Uber driver, I was like, I know that you might like your rap stuff, but we have that here. We have metal, we have progressive, we have anything you really want. There's at least some sort of local band that's trying to make that music happen. Go support them.
Yeah.
See, I have a little issue with it
Go for it.
because I don't subscribe to the idea of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Listen, I may make quote unquote trap metal. I don't fucking listen to it.
Right.
I'm not.
discussed
I
that
don't listen
before.
to rap. I don't listen to trap metal. I listen to metal.
You know what's funny?
Slam
This?
and deathcore bands and black metal bands and shit. And that's where I came from. I came from the metal scene.
Yeah.
And what I do is I don't want to work with rappers. I want to work with metal vocalists and have them put outside of their box and put them in a position where they're uncomfortable and show them that they can't just do one thing.
We
They
want
can
to
do
open
many
your
things.
box.
Yeah.
And
That's what she said, technically.
Another thing about it, people are so fucking obsessed with numbers and streams.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not really that matters. It's just
And it doesn't. It matter. Listen. I've played a show where it was in front of 15 people. I've played a show where it was in front of 3,000 people. I prefer the shows where it's 15 people because those people you get to talk to, you get to see them, you get to walk up to them after and really see who they are as a person and have them stick with you. If you play in front of a bunch of people and you got 9 other people going after, there's not that many people that are paying attention to you. Right. You have to be derivative inside yourself into the scene, no matter what scene it is. The scene to me is just music. It's not the hardcore scene, the metal scene, the rap scene. It is the scene in general.
Yep.
and that's what it should be all about.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't think about it that way. They like to put themselves in corners.
Yeah,
And
they do.
What I like to do with my music is I don't give a shit about it. All I want to do is
Spread the love.
my thing is I want to see everybody eat, but I can't fix their plate for them. If that
Totally
makes
understand.
sense.
No, that makes
I
makes.
can't do it.
I love you.
It's not my responsibility to help people grow.
Cheers to
and
that, bro.
Right there.
achieve
Cheers to
things
that, bro.
for themselves. They have
Right
to
there.
do it on themselves.
I
But
agree.
I can't reach out to a bunch of people, but if anybody reaches out to me, I'm there. I'm talking to them.
Which was so cool about how we got together was at a Bug Jar show. It was at the Diluted, their last show.
Love Diluted.
And,
Miss those guys.
We
Fantastic.
just started talking, and I was listening. I was showing Matt from Diluted, the song "Ego Death." I was just showing him the rough part of it.
Super rough draft.
And Matt goes, "Hey, can I check that out really quick?" And I was like, "Sure." And I handed it to him. He started listening. He was like, "Well, I make my own music, and I produce it." And it was just really organic how
It was
we
very
just
organic.
clicked. And then ever since, we've just been talking and trying to work on this or discussing
Aside
this.
from that, can I tell you the reason why I approached you at the Diluted
Please.
show? It's because I think it was Zach. Zach gave you a balloon full of confetti. And I walked up to you and said, "You're a balloon boy. You are
I am
forever balloon boy now."
Forever balloon boy.
Forever balloon boy. So I was just
They all float.
That was the first time I had left my house in over 300 days. And I went there because my girl was like, "Yo, we need to go check out this last show." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, you've been talking about Diluted forever. I think we'll go check it out." So I went there, and then I met you, and I saw you had the balloon. And that's how it happened. If she wouldn't have convinced me to that show, we probably wouldn't be
If
talking
Zach
right
didn't
now.
give me the balloon,
Yeah, it was the balloon that drew me to you.
And that's what Nikki just said. It was because of the balloon.
Yeah,
So
It was the balloon.
it's crazy how that works.
I didn't know your name for like a month, and I called you Balloon Boy.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
I love that.
Yeah, Zach literally goes, here, hold on to this, and it's just a balloon that's full of confetti, and I was like, I'm gonna cherish this.
Cherish it forever.
Until the end of the show, and then it popped in front of my fucking eyes, and I was like, no! I saved it the whole time!
Look how they massacred my boy.
Turns out to be one of the most humble people I've ever met in my life.
He is.
Dude,
I
we love Jerry, man.
I've
We've
never
had
heard
him
a
on.
single fucking bad thing about this man.
You guys.
I'll fight anybody about it.
We've had him on for 3 times. I mean, does that say enough for you?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets that chance to even come on a second time. Not saying anybody that's been on the show that's terrible, but I'm just saying. Goes to
I
show you.
appreciate it.
Shit be happening.
Yeah.
This shit be happening, dog.
Now, Cape Fear Butcher, his name is Matt. But I'll tell you what. I'll ask you this. You're not from the ROC originally.
No, I am not.
I got to ask you this because I was on Reddit. I know, surprise, me, M-Balm, on fucking Reddit, right?
You didn't find me on Reddit.
No,
did
no,
you?
no, no.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
started following the Rochester Reddit, subreddit, whatever they want to call
There's
it over there.
Rochester's, oh, God.
Oh, Jerry, there's a lot of different subreddits. You want fucking mayonnaise and jumper cables on your nips and dick or whatever? You got that as a subreddit. You want Rochester? You got that as a subreddit. They were talking about, there was people from down south that had moved up here from wherever they came from, and they were talking about the Rochester accents. And now I want to know your opinion on this because this is very, very funny to me because I don't notice anything about our accents. That's
Yeah,
anything
I don't
crazy.
notice
Yeah, now see,
anything.
here's the thing. I'm masking mine right now. I know I might sound a little southern. I might sound a little southern, but this is usually the way I talk.
Really?
Hey, Matt.
Dude, is that real?
And I-
that's
real.
that's legit, like right there.
And
Matt,
dude,
how do
I
you-
fucking love it.
How do you say Irondicoit?
Irondiquity.
Irondiquity.
Yeah, when I was trying to figure out how to GPS here, I was like, yeah, we gotta get past Irondiquity, gotta go. And he called me. He was like, what the fuck did you just say? I was like, I can't help it, dog. That's just the way I read it.
I was like, I will never think of it. I will never think of it in a different way.
Oh my
Kind of
god.
like how I say chila chili.
Yeah, see, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Chili. I'm like, wait a
Chili.
minute, you like chili? Because I love chili too. No, the town.
No,
oh
I
no,
live in Chile.
right, exactly. Or if you want to go to Charlotte,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want to go to Charlotte
Charlotte.
Or Charlotte.
Yeah.
No, that's North Carolina. This is Charlotte,
Right.
New
Yeah,
York.
right.
No, it's Charlotte. Charlotte.
Charlotte.
We have a place in North Carolina called Whiteville, but we pronounce it Wobble.
Why?
Wobble?
I like that.
Wow.
That's
wow.
cool.
Yeah, that's the Wobble right
That's
there.
a Wobble.
Shout out to everybody
Wobble.
in Wobble. I know you still living with your
Shout
mom.
out.
I will now forever call Irondicoid Irondiquity.
Irondiquity.
Hey, look, bro, I'm fucking dyslexic as shit. I read it and I was like, yeah, bro, I'm about
That was
to, we gotta go through Irondiquity and we gotta go across this water
I
bridge.
fucking
I'm like,
love that.
What the hell did you just say?
Right.
Like,
Where are we going?
Where is this?
I was mostly upset the fact that we had to cross a bridge that went
Two.
over water.
Yeah,
So
that happens a lot here,
I was
man.
like,
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Here's where the accent comes in. I was like, I don't want to cross the water bridge.
The water.
Water bridge.
I don't want to cross that water bridge. I don't trust it.
Yeah. Jake Danger says, motherfucking M-Bomb time, y'all. Yeah, it sure is.
M-Bomb.
It
Nice.
sure is.
Good to see you, friend. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, there's a.
I can't see you.
I don't know you, but we're
physically.
friends now.
That's right.
See, I like to get different perspectives. See what I'm saying? I like to get different perspectives on people that aren't originally from the ROC.
Yes.
Baby.
The rack.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Yeah. Good old reference, yes.
Rocks the Smugtown, USA, baby.
You know, real quick on that notion, I'm not sure if are you a wrestling fan by any chance?
I haven't. I told him about this. I have not watched wrestling since Umaga died.
Oh my God, that's over a decade ago. You're talking
2005, 2006.
That's fair though. Umaga is amazing.
Yeah, Umaga, Rey Mysterio, The Rock,
Booyaka,
Undertaker.
booyaka.
Yeah.
Actually, we did have Rey Mysterio in here once. It was a really quick snippet with Richard Lee when he was in here. He put the.
Do you remember that ladder match for like the custody of the child?
Oh, Dominic Mysterio.
Right now, what's killing me about that is Dominic turned on his dad. And
Is he
he
still
literally
wrestling?
looks just like Eddie Guerrero right now.
He's still wrestling.
Oh, Dominic now wrestles, and so does Rey Mysterio.
Because I remember buying that on pay-per-view with my dad in the living room.
Yeah,
Like,
now they're
holy
both
shit, They're about
wrestling.
to wrestle for a child.
Wrestle for a child, not even for a title belt this
No.
time. A fucking
yeah,
child.
yeah.
Those were wild times in the WWE.
Dude, I
They're coming
remember
back.
that.
They're
Yeah.
slowly but surely.
I come from the hometown with Ric Flair.
Yes, you
Woo! Yeah,
Sorry for
baby.
your ears.
And the Hardy Boys. I
Yeah,
think
that's
they're
right.
a little bit above Wilmington. I think they're in Greensboro.
do.
But-
No, I thought it was Raleigh. But I could be
Raleigh,
wrong.
Raleigh, Greensboro, Charlotte, same thing.
Same thing, right?
All North Carolina looks exactly the same.
So, Jerry, I'm sure you've been keeping tabs on All Elite Wrestling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Holy fuck, that is
that's
a
my shit.
crazy time right now
Yes.
in All Elite
I'm
Wrestling.
very upset that I didn't get to see the last show that was in Buffalo, and I'm very upset I didn't get to see the Rochester show that happened. But I'm always paying attention to the company. 'Cause
Well, this whole thing here with CM Punk and Kenny
was
Omega and the Young
mind-blowing.
Bucks.
They just dropped them all. Like what? Wait a second. How did they have all the titles? And then you're just gonna drop them.
They
from
literally
the
stripped
entire
them.
show. I think it's work though.
CM Punk is still
I
around?
really do. Yeah,
I don't
CM
think
Punk
so.
Is in AEW.
So,
Isn't I don't know anymore. It's real.
Did you watch Wednesday Night Dynamite?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
it's real.
There is no CM Punk. There's no Young Bucks. No Kenny Omega in the intro. They never showed him once, and they also stripped him of the titles. I don't know if it's a work, man.
I really.
You
do,
think it's
like-
a work?
Yeah, for
Still?
sure. Because you got to think about CM Punk and how real he is, but also as the entertainer that he is. I have a feeling that he was just playing everybody, except for the Colt Cabana dispute that he was doing during that whole thing. Other than that, I don't know. I can see, because why would Tony Khan just be sitting there like a lapdog, letting him spew all of this shit?
Because he's very inexperienced as a wrestling federation promoter.
And that's where it's like, I don't know. That's why I like wrestling, is because if you really are into it for the politics of it, then you don't know if this is real or this is real. Does he not like this guy? Does he really feel this way about him? Is he down here because of this? It's just, I've always been a fan of that part of it.
Yeah, no, they're blurring the lines right now. But honestly, I do think this is a real life situation where, CM Punk did what he did. He said what he said at the post show of All Out, and then that whole backstage incident that happened.
The scrum, as they
Scrum.
like to call it.
And then a whole thing happened where I guess the Young Bucks supposedly kicked in the door. Now, is that true? Don't know. We weren't there.
Right.
But all I know is that there was an altercation. People got bit. People got hurt. And then now you don't see him on TV, and there's vacant championships
Right.
happening. So my guess would be it's not a work.
What's wild to me about that is that if it's not a work, then they are getting kicked out of this part of the company. Does that mean that we're going to see them in WWE? Because if that's the case, then WWE is about to get 4 very talented people that they could push for their part of this debacle.
But didn't CM Punk leave WWE as well?
Many
Because
years
of
ago.
Vince.
But let's just say this.
Now
though.
Triple H is running it.
Yeah, that's true. Triple H is running it now, so I mean that could be.
But let's just say this though.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, they're the EVPs of AEW, right? I don't really see them going to WWE anytime soon, if at all.
Yeah.
They are suspended. Ace Steel and CM Punk, we have no idea what's going to happen to
Right.
them. They're saying CM Punk's out with an injury, right? For 8 months. Do you see him coming back? I don't know if I do.
That was the other thing that pissed me off. Was it was like, okay, so he's gonna fight for the title. He loses the title because he kicked him in the head and falls, crumbles, fetal position, 2 DDTs. CM Punk loses.
Yeah.
The next pay-per-view, he's totally fine. He can walk on the foot. He can do all the moves. He can kick him in the head, no problem.
That was a work.
What the hell, man? If you're gonna work, then work the entire thing. Act like that foot is really screwed up.
You got to work it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You got to
exactly.
work it.
Let me
Work
ask
that
a
shit.
question.
Yes.
Do you guys think wrestling is real?
No. Well, depending on what you
Listen.
think.
Listen.
Moves.
We're
So
friends.
that. All right. Now
I don't
he's
want to get into this.
now he's getting into a side of things. Are the injuries, are the moves and all that real? Yes. Are the finishes of the match real? Absolutely not.
Oh no, probably not.
Are the TV shows and the movies that we watch real?
I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
But you just said it.
No.
You allured to it.
No.
I can tell you right now, Dom says, "Hey Jerry, love you, homie."
Love you.
Then he also says, "I thought it was all scripture, to be honest." I'd say it's all.
It's not the Bible, but it's scripture.
It's not the Bible. I'd say that wrestling's more real than the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Shots fired. That's all of the
Shots
above.
fired, yes.
Shots fired.
I just, I don't know. I just, I'm a music fan. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a movie film buff. I love all that shit. I'm just all
Anything
about
that's
it.
entertaining.
Don't forget
for.
gamer.
I'm a gamer.
Correct.
Maybe not as I was. I'll be honest with you. The last month or so, I've been going through a lot of changes in life, and I've been trying to get as much gaming in as possible. But at the same time, I've been very busy trying to actively make these transitions in life, where I'm moving on to different career paths and all that. And then on top of that, just trying to enjoy myself, which is like watching wrestling. Now that football's back on, football will be a part of that
Yeah, I have
too.
a fantasy league I'm in.
Yes.
No,
I've never
done it
watched a
before.
football game in my life.
Hey, that's no problem, man.
Yeah,
That's
no.
not a problem at all.
Listen, tailgate parties and Super
I
Bowl
don't-
parties are like the
I
best.
just wanna go
Okay.
I don't
table.
doubt it. I'm
it.
just not a sports guy.
No, that's fair, dude. Like, and
I'm more of like I'm a NASCAR guy.
He's
all
nice.
right.
Going fast.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
if they're going fast and they're
Oh.
taking a left turn and then do another left turn, I'm fucking there.
Well, Angela says, "Hey, so hey, Angela, how are you?"
Angela.
Angela's
Angela.
awesome. I hope she got her
Hello,
shirt.
Angelia.
I'm sure she got her shirt by this time, right?
Hope so.
kids.
I'm sure she did.
By the way, I have to ask, since you said you are a NASCAR fan.
yeah.
oh, here we go.
Don't ask me for my numbers. I ain't gonna tell you.
Danica
Oh
Patrick.
no.
Dale Earnhardt all
Oh
day.
man, I was gonna ask you like who you like in who's your go-to for right now as far as drivers?
NASCAR hasn't been the same since 2008.
Dude, I know.
I
know.
It's raise hell, praise Dale. That's it.
Right. All day.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Wasn't it 2001 when Dale Earnhardt crashed?
Yes.
Okay, I remember
Yes.
that on TV when that.
Oh
happened.
yeah, dude, I
But there have
remember
been
that. I was a
some people
kid.
that-
My
There-
dad was
yeah.
in tears.
Yeah, so was my dad.
I was
Full-on
there.
Tears, and I was, like,
there.
I don't know what's going on.
But the crash. I mean, you see cars flipping and on fire and all that, and they're fine. This guy hits a wall, he's dead.
Well, that's because after his crash, they installed like different types of roll cages, and they
Yeah,
had,
they
like,
didn't have-
tethers to keep the wheels from flying off
Yep.
into the crowd.
They
Like,
didn't have as-
after his death. They amped up
All the
sorts
safety.
of safety measures.
I understand that.
Yeah,
and
at
you
that-
have to.
Yeah, at that time they didn't really worried about safety because they weren't worried about like how fast we were going and all that shit. But then now, with everything that's going on now we got to really worry about safety because
Safety's huge, man.
Yeah,
That
everything's
can
about
happen.
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela said she did receive the shirt, so awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah, especially if it's like you're going at 200 miles per hour.
Those guys, those guys are going so fast, it ain't funny.
Yeah.
So I can imagine, like, I don't even know what. Did you think he even felt pain at that point?
I don't want to talk about it.
God,
I'm
Sore
not gonna
subject.
speak. I'm not gonna. Speak
NASCAR's
on his
real.
behalf. I'm not speaking on the
Still
man's
damn,
behalf.
still real to me, damn it!
Still real to me, damn it.
I mean, if you think about it scientifically, it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be gruesome as hell. I don't even want to think about it. Like
That'd suck.
biology.
He broke his neck. So the second he hit the wall,
You're saying that he didn't win a NASCAR race with a broken freaking neck? Oh, by the way, Kurt Angle was in town. You have about maybe 19 minutes to go see him.
Yeah, I wanted to see him, but it's okay. It's
I
all
know.
right.
We had this scheduled, so it's
No,
okay.
no, it's totally. I still wouldn't have been able to go.
mean, I know.
I saw that he was here. I was like, no shit, Kurt Angle.
What you talking about, Willis?
Kurt Angle,
Where?
the
Gold
Olympic
freaking medalist. Heroes Hideaway over at Eastview Mall,
Yeah.
Victor, New York. Talk slut.
She's a talk slut.
At Eastview, really?
Yep. And Godfather will be there too sometime soon. And Rikishi was there a couple weeks ago.
Nice. I didn't know that either. That's awesome.
Yeah, I would love to have met those guys.
Yeah, I was. My buddy Devin got me the signature from Brody Lee the last time that he was in town.
R.I.P. Brody Lee.
Or wait, sorry, Brody King.
Oh wait, didn't I?
Oh,
No, Brody Lee.
Malachi
I absolutely
Black's
loved. I wanted to.
tag team
I
partner.
wanted to see that.
Wait, didn't I hear the voice actor of Courage was
Yes.
it was in Rochester?
He's going to be.
No shit.
Yeah.
The
fucking
things I do for love.
The
Don't worry, Muriel. I'll save you. Yes.
Dog.
Yes.
When
he
and
w-
where?
Heroes Hideaway, I think within the next month or so.
Oh shit.
Dude, fucking courage, dude.
Don't quote me on that because I don't know if it's true if it's going to be a month or so, but I know I saw it on Facebook.
I did hear he was gonna be in Rochester though. I was like,
badass.
yes, let's
That's
go.
like my favorite show growing up.
Dude, that was
Same.
We gotta have him do a sample for us.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's even sadder to know that he's the only one that's left.
yeah, I think Eustace and
Eustace
Muriel.
and Muriel
did.
just passed not too long ago.
Well, Eustace had 2 voice actors. The first one died while they were doing the show still, and then the second one died after.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid, I'm like, why is his voice sound different?
R.I.P.
Stupid dog, you make me look bad.
God, kids nowadays don't understand how good we had it.
Yeah.
Oh my
With our
god, that was the
cartoons.
most messed up show. Dude, we have some issues because
All
of
of
that
our
show. Because we
How fucking fire Cartoon Network was back in
Well,
the
dude,
early
Nickelodeon
2000s.
too, like Rugrats and all that shit was still fantastic.
I mean,
now,
Ren and Stimpy.
yeah.
Yo, Ren and
Ren and-
Stimpy. Remember that was on
I have-
Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
That
Right,
show.
Right, that was on Nickelodeon.
dude, I still have all of the seasons of
Bet the guy-
Ren and Stimpy.
I bet the guy who allowed that to be on that show, on that network got fired.
Nah, it was fucking Dan Schneider, and we all know what happened to him.
Oh,
We
I
talked
know
about
that.
him a long time
I
ago
didn't
on the
know
show.
that.
Oh yeah, don't even get me going on Dan Schneider.
No, fuck
I don't.
Dan.
Want, I don't. We're not gonna go there.
I think
Well,
he
Dan
I think he
Schneider.
started on the movie Prey as a predator.
Fuck. Let me ask you a question.
Oh wait, no, that's right. It was Ren from Until the Dead Walk.
Oh,
Shots fired.
what's up?
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Me?
What do you think ghosts are? And if you believe in ghosts, what do you think?
Good
they
question.
Good thing you brought this up because
Well, we do have
Because
one on the
have
show.
I have a long list of theories for this.
I do too, to be honest with you.
Same.
I
So,
now work at a hotel, motel, and I just feel it all the time now. I'm just like, I think there's somebody around here.
before we get into that, I do want to pay attention here real quick. Dom says, "Stupid dog, you made me look bad." Hashtag. He also says they're bringing back Danny Phantom. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And then of course
About
he says,
that.
hashtag shots fired. Going back to the ghosts though, the paranormal.
Yes.
We do
So-
have one on the show though.
Oh yeah, our very own ghost who wasn't able to make it today. Hope he feels better. So ghosts in paranormal, I like to do paranormal investigations.
Same.
Oh, here we go. He's got the.
If you ever go on any, please fucking invite me.
All right, so you know Rolling Hills, right? You've heard of that?
Yeah, I have a really shitty story about that place and the
Oh.
lady Sharon Sharon that owns it.
Yeah, Sharon.
Shanarin.
Uh-oh. Do I want to know?
Redacted, not stating it.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll talk off
Oh.
air. Type thing?
I don't like that lady.
All right. All right.
That's fair.
Opposite of talk slang.
No, that's fine.
That's
Talk
fair.
redacted.
That's fair, bro.
So, yeah, I've been there two times. Been there 2 times. But let's just kick it back all the way down to the 90s, right? So I was a kid in the 90s, right? We lived in Ontario, New York. My parents had a house out there. And so my first interaction with anything weird, out of the ordinary, and I remember this as if it happened yesterday. I was young. I was washing my hands in the bathroom, and I remember looking in the mirror and going, "That's kind of weird. What is that walking around in my bathroom?" And it was a dude with no head and a blue tattered windbreaker. Very weird. Never saw it again. But I remember running out of there, getting my mom, getting back into the bathroom, and it wasn't there anymore. Now, mind you, it was just in the mirror. It wasn't anything in the real world terms. So very, very weird on that end. So then, like, time goes on, right? And then you start seeing, like, I started seeing, like, shadow figures running back and forth in the hallways of my grandparents. Only one time. That was another thing. So as a grown-ass man, I'm like, okay, I can't sit there and say they're not real. But as people say, you want to talk about the afterlife and all that? That's up in the air for me. Does it exist? I don't know. I hope so. But does
I
it?
hope so, too.
But is there a chance that what we're seeing with the paranormal, is there a chance that we're interacting with a parallel universe?
Now, see,
We about to get
That's-
deep.
That's what I like.
about to
you've made a lot of really good points that I'd like to segue into. So, personally, for me, I don't believe that there is an afterlife. What I do believe is in the fact that we all have electricity in this meat sack we have in our skulls.
Ethan Thack.
I believe that that energy needs to go somewhere.
Yes.
If you split an atom, you split molecules, it must be recycled. Have you ever heard of sandstone theory?
No, what is this?
So there is a prison in Ohio that's one of the most renowned haunted locations in the entire country. The entire building is made out of sandstone.
Okay.
So when energy dispels
Creepy.
from something, it must be transitioned into something else.
Okay.
Shit.
There were pots and pottery found inside ancient Egypt tombs, like in the pyramids, where if you run a groove around it, like kind of like how a vinyl is made, it will play the sound of what was going on in that tomb at that point in time.
No
in the
shit.
pottery. So like how vinyl is translated onto just
Oh yeah.
yes. So the Egyptians figured that out 2,000 years ago.
Oh shit.
And you could run a groove or a needle around these pottery and it would emit the sound. The same thing happens with sandstone. If people die in traumatic ways or any form of way, if there's any form of audio, it will be translated into the building, which is what people call residual hauntings.
Right.
I feel like the energy can be dissipated into a building, whether it be brick or stone or sandstone, and things and sounds can be left behind. I'm not really too keen on the idea that there's this form of activity after death through our dimension. I would say it's more like everything is translated from one plane to another.
Yeah.
And it's like a digital recorder, like how we're recording this podcast. Things can be translated and performed out. Like most people say, like, oh, they died a traumatic death, and that's why this place is so haunted. It's not about the trauma, it's about the noise that was created during the time of passing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Creates sounds and screams, like the Ohio State Reformatory. That's what it is.
Okay.
I really just don't think that they're lingering around it. They're contents of it. I think it's a residual effect of audio frequency.
Okay.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I've had different theories on this, you know, and the other theories, maybe there's an afterlife, and we're actually, so there's other reasons why I would believe in this also.
Yeah.
But so for instance, we went to this one place recently, about a year ago, and was it Holly? Oh God, I don't remember. Anyways, so there's dowsing rods, right?
Yeah.
People use this to
Electromagnetic fields. They can change.
yes, the little rods you can find water and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's theories where you can, okay, you ask them a yes and no, right? Yes, they would go apart. No, they would cross. So there was a moment in time we were in the basement and we were asking questions. My grandfather passed away 2 years ago, 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And we were asking questions. And honestly, it's like they were answering correctly. We were asking questions that only you would know. Because sometimes, you know, anybody could know these things, right? You know, but then you think about it, okay. But so let's go back to this point in time. I was upstairs in the living room. Caught it on my Ring camera, by the way. So there was a umbrella that my mother-in-law had purchased for us, still in the box, sitting against the wall. And it was there for like 3 months. So one morning I was getting up doing my routine. I grabbed a photo out of the side table drawer, which was of me and my grandfather at my wife and I's wedding. I just looked at it, you know, reminding myself, you know, I got to at least spend that time with him during my wedding, which was cool. And I put it back in the drawer. Didn't think anything of it. And I walked towards, I was walking across the room, and that box, for some odd reason, just fell by itself. I'm 200 pounds. I put the box back up, and I jumped, and I tried to reenact it, and that box would not budge whatsoever. So I asked the question in that basement of that school at one point. It was at one point. I asked the question, did you move that box? Are you the one that moved it? And the rods said yes. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm skeptical on everything. That's just how I am. But when I see this stuff
There's
in
no
front of
true
me,
answer for it.
right? But when I see this stuff in front of me, I'm like, okay, I gotta at least think about this.
Yeah.
Is it real? You know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So
To me, I think it's more like residual energy can translate itself into kinetic energy and manipulate things around us, which would cause quote unquote poltergeists.
yes,
I feel like with more like asking like true and false questions, then comes into the question of, is there something beyond this specific reality? Are there more realities than ours? I mean, if you want to put it that way, my reality is different than all three of yours.
Right.
We all perceive the world differently inside of our own brains.
True.
We see reality as what it is in front of us, and depending on our upbringing and what we've taught ourselves personally, it will be different every time. So most people don't see paranormal activity in paranormal places because they choose not to.
right.
So really, it's just it comes back to the fact that we all have electricity in this fucking meat up in our fucking skulls.
Yes.
So if we can transfer that energy into something else and really believe it, it would be more so called like a mob mentality
Yes.
aspect of like if you're scared, fear is contagious. Fear and anguish is contagious.
That's very true.
So when we go into these situations where we want to see something and we're looking into something, that's why most paranormal investigators bring a skeptic in, so that it's just not bouncing back and forth. There's no telling what it is. Could there be an afterlife? Yeah. When we die, do we just transfer over to a different dimension? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there are some things that happen that we just have absolutely no answers for.
There's
You're right.
There's a thing going on TikTok about this guy that made a mirror, like it's a reality mirror or something like that. So like anybody that looks in this mirror is actually seeing the way that we're supposed to be seeing ourselves, as opposed to the mirrors that we all look into every single day. So like you are seeing what people are finally seeing of you, as opposed to what you always see from a mirror.
There's actually a theory for that. It's called scrying.
Scrying?
Scrying.
I literally
That's a magic term.
Literally just saw. I just was looking this up because of somebody talking. I think it was on Reddit or something. Somebody's talking about something, or maybe it was YouTube. They were talking about scrying, and I was like, "What is this?" They say if you look in the mirror long enough, things start to like get weird.
Your vision gets distorted.
Right.
It's the same thing as if you run for a mile and stand still, it looks like the road is moving away from you.
Yes.
It's a visual observation that is distorted through your own perception.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I did hear about that.
So if you, with scrying, you set a mirror in front of you, you light a candle, and you only focus on the flame, you blow it out and look into the mirror, everything will look different.
I want to try
It's the
this.
same thing as like if you look at a TV with a white background and a sigil in it, and you look at it for 3 minutes, turn the TV off, you'll see it
sigil's still
in your
there.
perception.
Huh.
So it's all about light waves and waveforms. That like we hear the waveforms for audio, but we see it in a different matter that we usually perceive it as.
That's actually really cool.
I like this. I'm very interested in this stuff now.
yeah, same here.
This is the shit I wanted to talk about.
And I'm glad
Dude,
because that's.
yes.
I mean, look at the stuff here. No, I'm not a religious person by any means or necessary, right? As you can see, I have, and I call myself the third eye because
Everything is open to interpretation.
Yes,
There is no truth, only perspective.
There you go.
exactly. Thank you. And that's what I like to display here as we go on, on the show. Not only just to have my style and decor here at the table, but as you can see, I have a lot of different themes here. Just bought this today, so I'm not myself a religious person by any means.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting. I have an open mind. I like to hear different perspectives on things. But I will say this: I will not mess with a Ouija board.
Same.
So for the
I got
first
some
year
stories about
of
that.
being in or the last year of being in perspectives, I got like one of the old school Ouija boards from like whenever they first were being created.
Wooden ones.
By Hasbro.
But I put it.
Oh
yeah,
my.
Yeah. But I put it on my altar and it would just stay there. But I kept the
the Oracle.
the oracle in a separate area so that but like you still felt stuff from it. I just would never play the game. Everybody else is like, why aren't you using it? Because why would I?
There was a
Listen, just don't burn it, okay? Because you were
No, I
So-
still have it.
there was a guy I worked
don't
with.
ever burn it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
You need to give it away as a gift. You can't burn it.
Can't burn it.
It has to be accepted by somebody else.
Can it just stay with me?
No, I've had a very old Wiccan once tell me that anybody that uses a Ouija board has a black cloud that hovers over their head.
But what if I'm not using it? What if I just have it? Is that still
have you
the
ever
same?
used it?
No.
It's different. It's the same thing as most people in the Wiccan belief say that you cannot, just buying crystals and buying things or certain objects for your own belief is not as powerful as having it being gifted to you.
Okay.
So
I
I
can
would gift
understand
it
that.
to somebody. I wouldn't throw it away. I wouldn't burn it. I would gift it to somebody because your power of your own reality does manifest things around you. And I wouldn't say it to the point of like manifesticity or like willing things into existence, but the fact that you think it is, if you think it's true, it will be.
Interesting.
Thank God I never used a Ouija board. Thank God.
So a guy I worked with about 10 years ago, he had this idea. He does a lot of guitar works. Like he does custom guitars, really great work. His name is Rob. And he had this idea. He had a very old Ouija board. It was a wooden board, very old. I'm sure it was used.
See where this is going.
He wanted to make a guitar out of a Ouija board. And I said, dude, not only is that dope, but that's a bad idea though.
That is
Most
really
people
bad
call
idea.
it bad juju.
It's legit what you were just talking about with like the residual noise, but you're
It's
putting it
residual
on
energy. Everything
a
holds energy.
guitar.
The trees speak. Plants have language. We just can't hear it.
Yeah, when you cut the grass, apparently when the smell happens, that's
Yeah.
their way of screaming.
Yeah.
They're yelling in pain.
Everything has its own language.
Which is crazy, right?
You
can
have to
smell
be
the
very
tears of grass.
conscious of how you recycle things
Yes.
in your life. It was like in Japanese mythology or folklore, I'm talking hundreds of years ago, they had things called yokai. So if you had an umbrella just sitting by your front door for maybe like 60 years, it would turn into its own spiritual entity. Or flip-flops, sandals, just a pot that you cook food in. They believe that everything had a spirit
really
because you
cool.
put energy into it.
It honestly makes a lot of sense because, again, like with the perspectives, the first mask that I was wearing with the teeth and everything, well, that's what brought it up was that thing is gone. That whole mask besides that piece is gone. It was burned into another smile, and then it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
But the one before that I would wear on stage with the teeth on it,
Yeah, yeah.
I felt this like presence about it, but it was like a not so great presence. Like anytime that I put it on, I just felt this energy that came from it. Like if I wanted to tell you to fuck off and that mask was on, it was happening. If I wanted to deal with this situation and I really couldn't at that point, I just did it. And
Yeah.
as soon as I took it off, I was like, well, that's weird. Like I feel something. So it's interesting.
Do you feel like it's an aspect of anonymity, or do you feel like it's because you put energy into the fact that you hid behind a mask?
I think that's the biggest part of it was that I was hiding behind it,
Yeah.
kind of trying to use it as a stepping stool into me being able to say or do things,
Yeah.
as opposed to me just already wanting to, and then doing it with the mask on. So yeah, honestly,
Why does this kind of remind me of the movie The Mask?
that's
Jim
kind of
Carrey.
That's kind of what it was like. It was just,
Yeah.
it was weird.
That's what it reminds me of? It reminds me of
Smoking!
It reminds me of Majora's Mask, where the
Okay.
Skull Kid puts
Yes.
the Majora's Mask on and it turns into an evil being.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Zelda.
I remember that.
Big
You go
Zelda
back
fan.
and you got goosebumps too with the
Yes.
the Halloween mask that just
Yes.
sucks itself onto you, and
Right.
you are now this demon.
It could be interpreted through your mindset at the time.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was a totally different mindset on that one.
So going back to the Ouija board, the guitar idea, I eventually did talk him out of it. I said, I don't think that's a good idea, Rob. I think That's probably asking. Now, I'm not like sure if it's true or not that Ouija boards might cause curses and all that stuff, but I wouldn't play with that stuff especially if I don't know anything about it, right?
Dude, same.
So, needless to say, he never did that idea, thankfully, because I don't want to see that guy.
Saved his life.
I would hope to think that nothing would happen to begin with, but I just don't want to have somebody I actually like have a problem because they did this.
Yeah.
Cool idea. I would hold off on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Awesome in
saying?
theory, worse in practice.
100%.
Yes. So we have some comments here. We're going to go, I guess, back to the Rolling Hills side of things.
Yeah, let's do it.
Screw it. We're going to get to it. So Nikki says, Sharon kicked me out because of how my friend group looked, claimed we were drunk, and called the cops on us and never refunded my money. Wacky lady.
It's because they looked alternative and thought they were Satanists and thought they would bring bad energy.
It's
to
like
the-
that?
That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
That's
All right, well-
sad.
It's not my business
That's-
to talk
I
about
know.
No, I
But
get that,
what-
but that's very sad.
It is. Dom says, I went to the abandoned hospital and insane asylum over at Highland Park with some friends of mine. We crawled in through one of the windows that had space for us to get in. About a half hour into exploring the asylum, we checked one of the rooms and we got to the doorway. And let's see here. One of the cabinet doors flew open, and a light fixture that was perfectly intact to the ceiling didn't just fall off, but flew at us. We turned around and looked towards the hallway in the direction of where we were going next. The shadows were taller than we were, and our shadows were against the wall to the side of us. And then my mom goes, oh, hell to the no.
Recycled energy can do some shit that you wouldn't think it could.
You know what? This kind of reminds me of. I just saw a YouTube video called. I watched this channel called The Boys. There's a bunch of YouTube creators. Your narrator, he's famous on TikTok. He's Eddie VR, Mully, Josh Dub, all those people. And they actually went to this asylum in Australia. And back in the days, like back in the 1940s, whatever, they were very strict on certain things. Like if you didn't go to church every Sunday, they would send you to that asylum. If you like to the simplest things to the most ridiculous psychosis, like, but anyways, you know, laws were different back then, but you were sent to this place. But the energy they felt, that they even there were some clips that I saw, like, as they were like filming through this area at night. One of them saw like
At night.
yeah. No, you're good. No, but someone thought they saw someone. Everyone's like questioning them. It's like, we didn't see anything. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There was no one there. If you were to pause at the right time, you do see a shadow figure with like legs, and I'm like, he did see something. What the fuck? Like, there were spirit boxes. Like, you could sense something, and even one of the cast members decided to leave because they felt sick and because of like the overwhelming energy and something like that, and they were very empaths. So if he left first and then everyone just did their thing, it was just like that's got to be something. There's like
I have some form of theory upon that.
Okay.
So
I love your theories.
Love the theories. I love hearing different
What-
sides.
what I like to think of it as is us being not able to physically or see apparitions or spirits while they show up in film. We can only see a certain percentage of the light and color spectrum that is compounded in the universe. If you think about it, look it up. Shrimps. Just shrimps. They can see a multitude of facets of light and dark that we cannot see. They can see colors that we can't perceive.
some shrimps can actually like travel in the darkness. Actually, so
The
that
mantis
makes
shrimp.
sense.
The mantis shrimp can put out PSI pressure and kill a fucking fish for all we know.
That's awesome.
But think about it. Like there
Tiny and
are
small.
creatures and animals on this planet that see different colors and spectrums that we can't.
oh no,
If a camera can capture those things, it comes into the catch-22 of yes, I saw this, but the camera doesn't pick it up. But the camera picks it up and we didn't see it.
Right.
How are we supposed to convince other people that it's there?
You know, it's funny. The person that left the asylum, the video I was talking about, he actually made another video explaining why he left and explaining like what he felt and all the things that he was going through his head and all that stuff. So I was like, maybe, I don't know if maybe it could be like the energy of the place made him sick, or I don't know. I
It
mean,
can physically affect you.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Certain energies and atmospheres can affect you physically. It doesn't have to be paranormal or not.
Yeah.
You know through intuition whether or not you are in a dangerous situation.
Well,
or
and
not.
I think with that, with you're saying like the belief thing, like if you believe it enough, if you think that something's there right now, something may not even be there right now, but you're making yourself physically sick because of the anxiety or whatever.
That's why religion exists.
that's fair.
So
If nobody gave energy into it, we would be an unreligious society.
Very, very true.
That's very true.
when you guys played a venue, Main Street Armory here in Rochester, that's notable to be haunted.
Yep.
I've only seen one show there. I went to go see Gojira
Okay.
last year. Yeah, that place feels weird.
It's a weird feeling in there.
Very
Now, I
weird.
don't know if it's because it's old or
It's
what.
made out of brick and sandstone.
That's what you were saying about the sandstone.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It's a very old building.
Needless to say, not even the paranormal aspect of it, but that place scares me because the last time I went in there was with Excision, when Excision came here back before the pandemic happened. You were there, right?
Such a good show.
I should know this. Everybody was jumping up and down at once, and I was like, okay, this is it. The floor's going to cave in. We're
Floor's
dead.
going in.
So, yeah, there's more reasons why to be scared.
Here comes the drop. Seriously.
Literally, here's the drop. Woo. And it's happened in other countries where establishments did have the floor cave in, and especially in Israel with that wedding. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
I've
video.
seen it. Yeah, that shit
Scary.
was fucking crazy.
Yeah, so that was happening in my mind when I was at the show. I'm like, all right, we're gonna probably end up in that video, right? And we're gonna end up on Nick Crowley or maybe even Nexpo on YouTube.
Decision's last show.
I love Nexpo's channel.
Dude, Nexpo.
Nexpo is
Is that what
such
we
a
watched
great channel.
when I
Yeah, I
slept
showed you-
over?
yeah,
Dude, I've
Nexpo.
literally been watching
Yeah.
like weird shit that happens on the internet since you showed me that video. And I
Expo
fucking hate
and
that stuff.
some ordinary gamers.
Yeah.
Miyamutahar, he does like mainly like gaming shit now, but back in the day he was doing like weird dark web Tor browser shit. And it was right up my alley.
So Nick Crowley, he's from Buffalo, New York. He
Really?
yes.
I
So-
didn't know that.
Yeah, Nick Crowley. He's almost in the style of Nexpo. He's from Buffalo. Awesome stuff. Great content.
I've seen the channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And yeah, I love Nick Crowley. He's great. You know, he's got a lot of good stuff on there, and I
I didn't know
watch
Nick
him.
Crawley's from fucking Buffalo.
Oh,
really?
absolutely. I wouldn't say anything otherwise. He is from Buffalo, New York. He's basically an hour away. Yeah, I am talk slutting him up. Love this guy. I think he's great. Can't help it. But yeah, I watch these videos from Nexpo, Nick Crowley, et cetera, and I think I watch this stuff and I'm like, man, I love watching this stuff because it opens my mind even further of like all the craziness. It's not only just like the obscurities of the internet. Like there is dark YouTube stuff that's happening that nobody even knows about, but Nick Crowley covers it. Nexpo covers it. They cover it. Like there's these channels literally on YouTube, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show or not, but there are literally these channels on YouTube. And if if you haven't heard already, there's a channel, especially there's like 3 or 4 different ones, if not more, where they are saving animals, like little kittens and puppies. But the reason why they're saving kittens and puppies is because they
put
already
them in that position.
they put them there in the first place
Yeah,
to
I've seen
gain
that
views
shit.
and get money off of this.
Yeah.
And sometimes like Milo and Otis, like that movie back in the 80s.
Oh my god, dude!
They
watching
killed
that
the
now-
animals.
Watching that now is like, oh my god, there's no way they could have survived
That and
They're on a
cannibal
fucking
that
river.
and Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they killed those monkeys.
Dude,
what if Cannibal Holocaust?
Oh, look, we're not gonna go into
We're
that.
gonna have to. Get
We're not gonna go into this.
Yeah, subscribe to Shutter and watch it yourself.
Shutter. Okay.
But
Yeah,
there's so
Shutter,
many-
give me an advertisement placement, please.
he's a top. No.
Oh yeah, he's a dog slut. No, but like all these things are happening on YouTube. You have there was this one I was just watching not long ago, where this person was pretending to be a 10-year-old girl, but the second channel pops up, and that one was already on for 10 or plus years, so that wasn't a 10-year-old
right.
girl, and like they had these things from like what's her face, Amanda Bynes and all that, and like they didn't understand.
Man, girl.
Yeah.
Damn.
They didn't understand where these channels were even like going with their
Yeah.
content. It was weird shit. Things were sexualized. Dan Schneider and and just all these crazy things happening. And it's like this opens my mind, so it makes me want to go on YouTube, like do all this research. Like, okay, what channels am I watching? what fucked up shit am I actually
like,
You rabbit hole yourself.
Yes.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
like the power of YouTube lately. Like so many parents just kind of, here's the phone, stay off of what we told you not to. Of course, we're going to.
That's
You
gonna
just
work.
told me not to. But there was that
And then go to the shit that we're not aware of.
what was the thing with the white faced person that was telling you to kill yourself? Momo.
Oh, that thing.
It was,
That whole thing.
it was a Japanese sculpture artist.
Oh, I do remember
And
that.
it's like, dude,
I do remember
that
that.
exists
Yeah.
underneath all of this.
And now
like,
we're
oh, they're
dealing with
playing
the
toys.
Poppy Playtime.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
video
game on
game.
Steam.
it's actually not bad. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's very vanilla, but a lot of people are saying that it's corrupting their children.
it's
Because it's like in a toy shop that this
Think
toy is killing.
the toy
you.
manufacturer
Stop.
thing, and one of the toys come to life and like grows like fucked up. Like I want to play a game. Teeth.
think of Five Nights at think of Five Nights at Freddy's made a toy shop instead of
Yeah.
a Fazbear restaurant. It's a
Yeah.
toy shop. That's what Poppy is.
But people are actually saying that their children are actually affected by this
Yeah.
in such a way like that.
Cause yeah, Poppy looks so innocent, but then you see its teeth and it's like.
So do Teletubbies. They look innocent. That scares the shit out of me.
To be completely fair, it could manifest into something
Right,
dangerous
right,
at one
right.
point in time. Everything can. Everything could be dangerous taken in the wrong concept.
Yep.
So they're like Slender Man. We
I
all know
was
it
literally
comes.
just
We
about
all
to
know
say
it
Slender
comes
Man.
from creepypasta.
Yep.
Yep.
But there were those two 14-year-old girls that killed their best friends
So true.
Yup.
over that shit. I watched
Because they believed it was real.
Yeah, I saw a documentary about it, but I saw that the police investigation like footage was released of their interrogations.
Yeah.
Oh no, that shit can really be detrimental to a child's mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They always say
That's why
like,
I don't want people. I don't want anybody under the age of even 21 to listen to my music. Yeah. So the way
That's
that
fair.
the way that I put it, I'm not saying that my shit is going to be detrimental to anybody's life.
no.
But the best example that I can make is Stephen King.
Okay.
Does he go out and dress up like a clown and kill a shit ton of people?
Fuck no.
No. He's telling a story. It comes from
Yes.
his mind. Is Stephen King a serial killer? No. I fabricate these stories and I tell them myself, and like I just really think that there's a difference in between moderation and moderation when it comes to
It's true.
parenting.
Yes.
When you want your child to be a certain way, at least explain it to them.
Yeah.
Don't let them go on the internet and just
Experience
look at
it
whatever they
themselves.
want. Like you should really try to advocate to your children like, hey, I found this, show it.
Yeah.
Don't keep it to yourself. If
Right.
they keep things to themselves, they're gonna end up like me.
I mean,
Just I write about some weird shit. Some weird fucked
That
up
he
shit.
does.
I like to really delve into the reality of depravity in my music.
Yeah.
I don't want children listening to that.
right. No, I get it. You know, it's like the comedy that happens on this show. We have a lot of dark humor. We make a lot of dirty talk on this show sometimes, and I don't really. So, as you guys already probably experienced, because this is the same thing in the music world, movie world, podcast world, whatever you want to call it. When we do our show, when we make our content, when we make our music, we have a general idea who's going to want to consume this stuff that we're making, and we also have a general idea of who wouldn't.
Who doesn't like
Why?
your shit? Right.
So, like, our show isn't really tailored to 85-year-old Millie who likes
Yeah.
to crochet and drink tea and watch the Golden Girls, right?
Although Joyce is in the corner enjoying this every single episode.
Every single episode, she's not missed one except for the ones before.
She
her.
doesn't judge anybody.
No.
Take notes.
But so, like, when I do this show and I realize, like, I've already come to terms, there's people out there that are probably not going to like this fucking show, and I get it. I don't like every show that exists either. Like,
We're
I don't,
not entitled to like anything
No.
that anybody
exactly.
likes. We're entitled to what we like.
right. So, like, when it comes to kids, this show, definitely not for children.
Not for children.
You might have children's sound effects, you know, like
Parental
this, and you might have this, but we're not tailored for
It's
childs.
also not our responsibility to mediate that
That's
for
right.
people.
That's right.
So when we actually, I think it was when we first moved into this house and we were just beginning in the studio, we had an email from some lady who apparently had I forget what the name of this lady was, but doesn't matter. This is like 3 years ago almost. And so this lady emailed us saying, "Oh, my kid got somehow a hold of your show and was watching her YouTube videos." And we were like still new, and we had no idea how this person even came across our stuff because we were so brand new.
It happens.
I know, and that's what shocked me. But this lady was like complaining that we should tone it down and not swear because her child was listening. It's like, so first off, it's not my responsibility what your kid watches.
Right.
That's your job as a parent.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember this. I'm
like, dude, come on. Are you kidding me right now?
I've had
Listen, little
all of
Susie,
my
don't
music is
watch
on
this.
TikTok. All of my music that I've ever released from 2017 and now is on TikTok. I've seen, because since I am the proprietor of my music, I see everything that anybody has ever used my audio in.
Yeah.
I've seen children like under the age of 10 making TikToks to my music, and like, sorry, not sorry, but I flag it every time.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to be listening to it. They don't need to be making videos about it. I mean, one of them was honestly really fucking funny because it was a video of this kid, and it's like his normal face, but it like his eyes split like a chameleon, and he's just like staring at the camera with my song in the background. But the song is about a serial killer from the 60s, and I'm like, dude, you don't do that, please.
Don't consume
Like,
this information.
I can't mediate what people
Right.
do with my content. I put it out there because it's not even like relative to the fact of what I believe as a person. I'm telling a story.
Yeah.
It is I am reiterating things that have already happened.
Yeah.
I don't really make my music about myself whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm super big into true crime.
Yeah.
And paranormal and things like that. Like I make music about it. I do it, but anything could be taken in the wrong context, and I just don't want to accidentally manipulate somebody with my own content.
Why I like the freedom of what we've been working on. It's just like it's a freeing experience to be able to talk about that type of stuff and not care about what.
Let's talk about it real quick.
Talk about what?
Let me go ahead and announce it.
Oh shit! He's announcing. Everybody, pay attention.
Okay. Ooh. So we just recently had a song together come out called "Sell Your Chains."
Yes. Which is the one we played earlier.
Yeah.
We have a 7-song EP that is 100% done.
Okay.
Together.
Yes.
We have an entire project that's ready to come out, and it's loosely based off of the clown epidemic that happened in 2016, 2017.
I remember this.
Where there was clowns running around everywhere. See, I'm from North Carolina, so I remember that shit. I remember seeing clowns on the side of the road, people dressing up and like ready to jump people in their cars.
Yeah.
It was actually a really big problem for our police department.
It was a wild time. I remember that.
Yes. So we made, my boy right here has his clown persona. So I figured,
Don't come here with the Ghost here. Ghost doesn't like clowns.
Oh, I should have brought my man.
Richard, well, he's not here anyways.
whatever. Does Ghost have nipples? I'll lick them too.
Richard,
True.
Richard Lee came in with a ghost mask. He had the ghost thing on or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ghost was like, "Nope, gotta get out of here."
Well, yeah, that's loosely based off of just like the clown epidemic and
Yeah.
things like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Good movie.
We have a song based off of
Anyways.
It and Terrifier.
Yup.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely
That crazy movie
got
with
into
that
the
crazy clown that like splits that dude in half with the chainsaw. Yeah, it's just I like to tell reiterations of stories. It's
Yeah.
not how I think in my mind. It's just I'm drawn to it.
See, I like
so
that.
I like to express the art of it.
So it was kind of like a pull for me to
Yeah.
bring out more of Dead Laughter. Like,
Yeah.
so he brought into the fact of like, I just need to be one thing. Like, I've gone by No Thing Extraordinary. I've gone by Jerry Motions, but this time everything that I do is now DeadXOLaughter, so that when I put out my heavier shit, that's my solo stuff, that's DeadXOLaughter. The stuff that we're doing together, that's DeadXOLaughter, but they're two different sides.
You don't
of the
have to
coin.
subscribe to one thing, and that's the whole point
Right.
of my entire business.
Right, which is why
whether
I
you're a
absolutely
metal
love it.
vocalist, deathcore, slam, black metal, I don't care what you're doing. Whether you're making shit that sounds like The Weeknd, I want to work with you if you have the ambition.
We can do the weekend. That's totally
And-
fine.
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's what I'm trying
about
to
the
say.
weekday?
We don't have to subscribe to one form of sound.
because I've pulled shit out of him that he didn't think that he had.
Yeah, definitely. I went to go scream for like one of the songs when we first did it, and he was like, "Bro, why
I said
are you
no.
so quiet?"
I said, no, you're doing it wrong.
He's like, "You need
Like,
to let
you have
it
this
all
in you."
go." And I'm like, "All right." And I went to do it again. He's like, "No, scream right now, do it." And
Like I pissed you off. Like I
was
stabbed
okay.
a family member.
Yeah.
I want you to put this emotion into what you're saying and what you're doing. I don't want you to just recite some lyrics. I want to hear it. I want to feel it.
With those 7 songs, that's literally what you get from me. Is this this emotion that I didn't let out, that I almost encased in myself for a while. And
It's something you haven't subscribed to.
Yeah. It's something
You
that I
had
just
it in
didn't
you.
open myself up to until we really started to discuss it. So now with the 7 songs, or the song that's coming out on the 17th, you're going to hear this angry, visceral person. And haha, happy-go-lucky Jerry, he's still here, but I need to let all this shit out.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel it.
Kind of like Alexa Bliss when she turned into the whatever that was.
Or
with
the Fiend.
Yeah, the Fiend and all that.
Well, what better way to do it through music?
Right, exactly.
So I like your take on this, man. You're not just using content from life. You're using content that's up here.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you
all comes from
I
here.
like that.
And
Because like I said, my life is boring. I do nothing with my time except for create.
See, people don't understand that. They like see us on here. They see people that do music on stage and all that. But little do they know that when it's all said and done, we're all human beings too.
We're all people.
When the cameras go off, when the guitars are done playing, the speakers are silent.
we go back to our voices. We go back to our
Yes.
depression.
It's
we go
almost
back to our
overwhelming
anxiety.
after a show. People come up to us and we don't know. I don't know how to handle it.
Quick question: do you have the music on?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard music. I
It's
was
just in your heart.
Yeah. See, you're so good that he hears your music still playing. up here.
That's the new
the
one. I
sound
don't
of
know
your
if you
voice
hear
is
it.
the only music we hear.
listen, that's how special I am.
So another thing that's really cool about what Matt has really done with me is that when we first did Sell Your Chains, he brought me over to do the vocals and write right then and there.
Okay.
It wasn't, hey, write this and be ready. It was, all right, here we go. We're gonna write.
Yeah.
Right now. And we both just
That's
sat
my
there
writing
and-
process.
So every song that you're gonna hear, that's exactly it.
See,
It's
my
just
writing
organic.
process is mainly I don't write anything unless the music exists. I don't pre-write anything. I make the beat, I make the music, I make everything in advance, and then I write to it.
I like that.
And when I have somebody record over in my place of work, I have them write to it, recite it, no rehearsals. You do it right there on the spot, or we don't do it at all, because that makes it real.
Yeah.
You
Well, that-
have the time to change it and think about it. You can that song could be out for a year and you'd be like, oh, I could have done this differently. I could have done that differently.
Yep.
That's not the way I want it.
No.
I want it organic.
See, that's what I like about doing this show live.
Yeah.
I like it raw.
Do it
real.
live.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I like it raw. That's what she said. Real and organic.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people out there like to record.
Yeah.
They like to edit, splice, add this
Cut
in.
shit out.
Yes.
Deuce.
But the problem is, though, is like, I'm one of those people that are like in your face real. I want it to be transparent.
Yes.
And not only that, but like I like the interaction with people on here. So like
Yeah.
right now we have Dom who says,
Hi, Dom.
I want Jerry to teach me how to scream so bad. So if I was recording this right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you that because we
Yeah.
wouldn't have been doing it
Right.
live.
Exactly.
So that's the whole thing that people need to understand is like what you just said. And we do it sometimes. I'm sure we go back and go, you know what, we should probably touch base on this. We forgot to talk
But it
about
doesn't matter. 'Cause
Doesn't
it's
matter.
what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
That matters.
That's what matters.
That's my recording process.
Yes. And I like
I don't
that.
want you to think about it. I don't want you to over contemplate it and think that you could have done better. We're going to do it right then and right there, and that's how we're going to release it. And if we want to do it differently live, we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually something. So I've been going through a lot of nonsense this last month. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot of changes in my life.
Wait, in life,
In
you're
life.
going through nonsense?
Yeah.
No way.
Life and nonsense.
But like when you go down these paths that are dark,
Yeah.
Mental health starts declining. You have to keep yourself going.
yeah.
Honestly, though, like what you just said, consistency is one thing that I always say. If I can't be consistent, and if I can't make commitment, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like I had somebody reach out and tell me they had something for me to do, and I was like, I don't think I can make that commitment, so I'm gonna have to decline.
It's nice that you like are real about that too, because there are people that are like, well, I can do that. There's no problem. And
Right.
then you're waiting for like
fall back on
months,
it.
and you're like, well,
Very
what do you
mature of
mean?
yourself to say that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, at least you're being real about, hey, I actually don't have the mental capacity or the whatever to hold all of what you want me to do
Right.
now. I'm sorry, but that's awesome, man.
You can ask him. I've said the same shit
Yep.
to him.
Yeah.
He'll hit me up and be like, "I'm not mentally capable of speaking to you today.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm just not able to."
It's a mental
when
day.
you start being more transparent about yourself, shit will fall in place.
Yep.
And you're right. You know, there's times where I've had bad days where I've come on this show and just was a Debbie Downer, and I'm like, I end the show going, I should have just canceled. So there's that. And then what you just said, I don't want people to think about it. I just want them to do it. That's
Yeah.
one thing I've also, within the last few weeks, within the last 3 weeks, I've been thinking to myself, okay, fuck thinking. If you think too much, you're probably not going to do what you were thinking about.
Yeah, you're gonna
Then you
overthink.
overthink.
Yep,
That's exactly it.
100%.
Just like you were saying. So I look at it this way: if you think too much, and this is also in Top Gun, this is also another reason why I thought about this, because he's right. If you think, don't just think, just do.
just do.
And I like that. Top Gun's a good movie, by the way.
There
It
is
is.
no.
I haven't seen the new one.
The new one, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's good, man. Good. I'll be honest with you, it's better than the first. That's just my personal opinion.
Wow, really?
That's my personal opinion.
No,
Don't,
that's awesome
don't
though.
quote me.
Like you don't normally hear that.
I know.
so-
Yeah, you don't normally hear like the sequel was way better than the original.
Right.
But I think it's maybe because I look back at the other one and it's like it's an 80s movie. It's a little bit cheesier.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more action in this one,
High
though.
five part.
I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong. The original's great, but
It brought us Danger Zone. Of course. it
right.
was
I'm not gonna
great.
sit here and bash it, but I did.
No copyright. Copyright.
No.
Copyright.
Jonah Hill, that shit. Sorry. No, but like, it's funny though. Like, just there's certain aspects of people's lives where you look at it like when it initially hits you, like, okay, something sucks, right? Say your girlfriend or your boyfriend broke up with you, and you're like, in that moment, you're like, fuck, life sucks. This sucks, major,
Right.
And it's just like, okay, at that moment in time, you go, okay,
This sucks camel dicks.
Nah, it sucks phallic objects.
yes. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna be transparent with you. The last month, a month ago, I was laid off, right? So the company I worked with, yeah, dude. I know I kept it quiet, but I'm also in the process of transitioning into a new career, so I don't really worry about it as much.
There you go.
But at this point,
It opens an opportunity.
That's
to
exactly
something
it.
Brand new.
so with that being said, it sucked. Now I took a week off, drowning myself in my own depression and sorrows, and sat on the couch for like a piece of shit.
No, it's
And-
not
and-
like a piece
no,
of shit.
but
It's
here's
what you need.
But that's the thing, like, people say that, but yeah, I was playing video games, probably eating shittier than I should have, and I did that for a week. Now I told myself a week's it, okay? Once that's done, you get back to a routine.
Right.
You get your ass back up and do shit. Now all the while as I was doing this, I also was applying for different positions.
Yeah.
So you can't just give up. If people are going through a layoff right now, and I know a lot of people probably are, companies are doing a lot of downsizing, they're consolidating different things, they're eliminating different positions, which what happened with me. I was in management at the company I was at, and they decided that position was going to be eliminated going further.
Don't take long lunches.
To be honest with you, I never took a lunch, never took breaks.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Okay.
so
All right.
that was a fast paced. You really got to do what you got to do, and
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
But anyways, there's people out there that go through layoffs, and the one thing I like to do is get through it, not just for my own sake, but to be able to in the future be able to say, hey, listen, I was in your spot for like a while, right? Now here's my advice: take it with whatever you want to do with it. But here's what I've gone through. I hope I can help you in the meantime get through your dark time in life. And just if you follow these guidelines, maybe it'll work for you. That's the way I look at it. It sucked. Yeah. I sat for a week thinking, oh shit, and I was just moping. Not good. But as the end of the week happened, I was like, all right, it's time to get back to a routine, get back to the gym, start working hard, getting out there, doing these interviews, and just get back to life. But that's the thing. People don't understand, like, you can either make yourself or you can break yourself. And it's up to you to make that choice.
setting yourself in a state of lethargy is just it's detrimental to your own survival at some points. Once you reach a certain age, you start to realize that you're either going to be doing this, and when what you think you're doing for a certain amount of time is going to be beneficial to you in your future. When it stops, it's almost like a brick wall.
Yeah.
Jumping over the brick wall and realizing that you every time I've ever lost a job, I give myself 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly 3 weeks. If I go past the point of 3 weeks where I can't be beneficial to my own character, I realize that I'm going to fall into a cycle of nothingness.
Yeah.
I'm going to be self-serving myself, and I'm not going to want to pursue anything further than that.
Right.
And that's been with, mainly just my jobs. Like I've recently this year, I haven't been able to work.
Yeah.
I've not been able to do anything. So falling into the cycle and like trying to maintain the balance, I've been trying to make as many connections as I can with people to try to keep myself out of just sitting in my own head.
You don't want that because let me tell you,
Yeah.
being stuck in your head is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
And you can ask
You
my
are
wife.
your
There's
own
days where I
worst
have
enemy.
it. Yeah.
And you are your own savior.
And the more no. The thing is, the more
no?
the more intelligent you are, the bigger your downfall will be. If you're more the more self-aware of yourself that you are, the harder you fall. When you have more
makes sense.
intelligent outside of like most people hit this point in their life where they have an existential crisis and they realize like, yo, what are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? Like what most people say we have to make the point and the purpose for ourselves.
Yeah.
I just don't think that that's the end of it. You really have to kind of push past that and realize like, I'm not wasting my time.
Why do
have
you
to
think so
tell
many
yourself.
people? Yeah. Why do you think so many people are so harsh on themselves? And like, I've been through it too. Like I've been going through that shit for a while though. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect. I've been through a lot of hell. I mean, my life isn't perfect, but I try to make it work like one day at a time. And that's the one thing I can appreciate about myself. And I know, and I think a lot of people should appreciate about themselves is that like, you know what? You've gone through a lot of hell. You've been gone through a lot of shit. You've been used. You've been manipulated, redacted. There's so many things you can go on. But you know what? Here we are today, living, breathing, enjoying each other's company. Like, we're still alive today. And I think a lot of people should focus on that and just be like, you know what? We're still here. And you know what? The more we push ourselves, and I mean, it's okay to like take a break once in a while, have a time to grieve. It's okay.
Yeah.
But
You need to self-evaluate, or else you're just going to stay in the same mindset that you've
Very-
always been in.
Very true.
And even like sometimes even going in the mirror, like there's been days like I literally like bawled my eyes out in the morning, like looking at myself in the mirror and just say, "You're enough." You know how fucking hard, like it's just like it felt so, like I felt different, like after saying that, like I felt like I'm loving myself. Like it's a very powerful feeling because a lot of times I've been told like you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, and it's like I'm done hearing it so many times. And then
Exactly.
I told myself in the mirror like, dude, love yourself. You're fucking amazing. You're a handsome young man. You can do this. And I literally just cried because it's like I gave myself some love that I needed so much.
I think a lot of people hold that shit into way more than they should.
And it's
let the shit out.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you shared that with us.
I
'Cause
appreciate
to me,
it.
personally, I believe that crying is one of the strongest things you can do for
He
yourself.
told me to do that this week.
Crying is not a weakness.
Dude, yeah.
The more you cry, the more you understand about yourself. You can't hold that shit in. There's this barrier around toxic masculinity that I fucking hate.
Same. Andrew Tate, all that
No.
bullshit. Yep.
No, we're fucking people. We cry. We feel emotions. If you don't understand yourself, you can't understand other people.
Dude, same. Like and it's like I even like in like I always say like music is the best medicine. Like
it is.
And I've listened to some music that like literally brought me into like letting it out.
It's a transient state. It lets you feel what you're unable to feel.
And now it's just like after hearing it for a while and even repeating it and just letting that emotion out, I feel much better.
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I'm healing myself a little bit.
It took a lot of strength for you to open up like that. So I appreciate it.
See, that's what I like about the show.
Definitely appreciate it.
This is probably one of the more deep down on the more down to earth level episodes we've done in a while.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the show. I always tell people, can you please just listen to maybe 5 to 10 episodes and try to get your head in
It's not
where
going to
you,
be the same every
it's
single
not.
episode.
Some episodes we're in here just cracking jokes the whole time and that's it. Others are more like down tempo. We talk about what's going on around the world, or it's like this where it's deep down to earth, and that's what I like about it.
That's how I feel about my music too.
That's exactly it.
Not every
Hell
song is the
yeah.
same. I can't send you one song
No.
and say this is how I sound.
No.
This is Cape Fear
It's up,
Butcher.
it's up for you to decide.
Yeah. We were just when you guys were coming into the studio, I was listening to Amenra. And a lot of people listen. A lot of people, like you did, were like, "Oh, that's Malachi Black's theme music." Yeah, no, that's not only the music they make acoustics too, which is great. It's like,
Really?
oh, dude,
I
So-
might actually listen to that at my shifts later on because I really
you
should
should.
enjoy the emotional of it, and I think that's why Malachi has it. It's just visceral. You can feel
yes,
all of what he's doing, whether it's the instrumental, whether it's his screams.
Right.
You can just feel it in a different way.
yeah, and that's what I like. I like variety. I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, when you watch the M-Balm Effect, you're just going to get dirty jokes, dark humor. That's it. No, we're going to have episodes where we talk about the paranormal. We're going to have episodes where we're talking about real life situations like we just discussed right now.
Yeah.
Just take it as it comes. Don't just look at it as face value. It's like you said with music. Like your music is not just all the time one side of this genre. It's going to be another
perspective.
Exactly. Again, we circle back to that. We circle back to that. But no, in seriousness though, that's what I like about not just the art form, but just content in general.
Yeah.
Is you don't have, and I hate when people sit there and say, "Oh, you got to create a niche. Just do one thing. That's it."
Don't
and
put
that's
me
what
in a fucking box.
I don't like that.
I don't like being
Don't
in a
put
box.
me in a
No.
fucking box.
I get claustrophobic.
I don't like
Right?
that. Like when you start out
shit sucks.
you start out podcasting like, "Oh, why don't you just do one topic and that's it?" No.
I do what I want because it makes me happy.
There you go.
I'm a human. I'm gonna be able to experience and feel emotions.
It's like, I'm sorry, did you
you're not
put all of this together with your own bare hands? No, suck my dick.
Well, you always notice though that the biggest critics are the people that really never did anything outside of maybe
They
working
didn't
a
open
job.
themselves up, so they don't.
They-
like
And I'm
watching
never
people.
mad at them either.
No.
because they have room to grow. They have room to
Right.
learn.
You can't be
So
that.
you like when I have my own quote unquote haters.
Yeah.
I don't fucking hate them for not liking my music because do I like every form of music? Do I like everything
No.
that's on the planet that exists right now? No.
Hell no.
Everybody has their own opinions. They're formed by their own situations and their own mindsets, and they are entitled to that.
Absolutely. And I saw your post about how people were saying something about a clean sound. It's like, okay, but people don't understand that don't make content, make music, whatever.
Yeah.
Artists do things differently.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll even go as far as to say, do you remember Grand Theft Auto Lost in the Damned? Do you remember that grainy filter that was on
Yeah.
there? People were bitching about that. I myself personally didn't like it. I turned it off.
It was
but
old school Grand Theft Auto though. So
yes,
like,
I understood
I
it
get it.
though.
I totally
It's a
understand
nostalgia
you don't like
thing.
it. Right.
Well, it was that, and because you're in a
To
biker
some
gang.
degree.
It was gritty. There was a lot of metal music, and there was a lot of violence in that game.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
I mean, what general? Oh, Grand Theft Auto
I was
isn't.
gonna say,
But
well,
I'm
Grand
just
Theft
saying,
Auto is violent.
this was a different themed Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't, oh, I'm a mafia, whatever the hell, in like Vice City. This was a biker gang that
Yeah.
you were in, and it was gritty. Like, just that's why the grain filter was there, and I understood it. But me personally, I
Same
didn't
thing
care
with
for it.
I don't know if you remember the game Manhunt.
Yes, Manhunt,
where it was just gritty, grimy because it was filmed on a camera while you were just murdering all of these people. And it was like, oh, this didn't cause anybody to kill anybody, but you know, let's blame Doom.
Can somebody remind me why the first one didn't get as much flack, but the second one was so controversial? Because I never played the second
The
one.
second one was way more visceral. Like you could kill somebody and stab them in the first one. In the second one, they like zoomed in on the face that's suffocating under.
Oh,
the
so
thing.
they were
Like,
more detailed.
it
There's a
was
new
banned
game.
in UK. So like,
Right, I remember that.
yeah, dude.
There's a new game coming out called Tormentor that's kind of just like that,
Ooh.
except like you can buy people on the dark web to send them to your send them to this facility, and then you could like stream it on a Tor browser, and then
No.
kind of like the quote like Red Rooms. Yeah, look, the shit about the dark web and Tor browsers and onion links, it's all
My-
really fake.
Wow.
There's no such thing as red rooms. There's nobody like live streaming death. But
Yeah.
it's like the game is kind of like based off of it. Like when I like my second year into my career, I didn't upload any of my music to Spotify, YouTube, or SoundCloud or anything. I put my shit on the quote unquote dark web. So I have music videos and 3 albums out there on a Tor browser that you can't find unless you find the link by accident.
I've seen it. You can't.
Damn. That's
crazy, man.
Wow.
Like it's just like it's the same thing as Manhunt. It's just like
Yeah.
you see that shit and it's so visceral and it hits people in a certain way, but
Can somebody tell me why the dark web is set up like Wikipedia?
it really is. It's just a giant browser. But like have
crazy.
you ever like been on Tor?
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Yeah,
why.
you
That's how I
just
know
go
about
through
this.
it. It's like you just scroll through it and you copy and paste a link and
Yeah.
you go through Onion. It's like unless you have the link, you'll never find it.
No, because it's ever changing. It always
yeah.
changes.
Allowing
You
you to
see,
do
like
it if you
my
can.
version of Patreon is the dark web.
And OnlyFans.
You know, when the money is right.
Only butchers.
Only butchers.
When the money is right,
When the
I'll
money
do
is
that.
right.
But I got a lot of shit out there on tour. I got about like 90 songs
Oh,
out
so
there on Onion links that you just gotta find by accident.
Angela says I dated a guy that went to a red room. Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Do tell.
Can maybe I don't know. I don't want to force anything, but if you're if you feel comfortable enough to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about this, please call in.
Interesting.
I would like to know more about this. Yeah, so I never really got into the red room things. So when I went to the dark web, I was like just browsing. Obviously, I wasn't going to click on anything that I knew was
just
going to.
below the surface internet.
I didn't
That's
really.
all it is.
Yeah, I didn't really want the FBI to come
When-
knocking on
when
my
we say
apartment door at that
dark
point.
web, do we mean 4chan? Because
No,
I've
No.
seen
4chan is
No.
surface web. It's surface web. So the whole concept of dark web is like, here's the internet. Here's what we have. And then below that is, it's kind of like an iceberg that trickles down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It trickles down, and then it leads into some crazy things. Like there's literally services on the dark web where you can buy people's credit card information.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
insanity.
like the shit about like red rooms and like hiring hitmen and shit, it's not real. They're all FBI honeypots.
If anything,
the
yeah.
FBI set it up and then you buy it and then they show up to your house and
And they
steal
fucking
everything that you have and
boot
like
your door.
rob
Sounds
you of
about
your
right. Sounds
freedom.
about right.
Yeah, it's not really that. It's not really real, but like,
Right.
I mean, that's not to say that there is shit out there that
Right.
is incredibly real because I'm not gonna go into
I was
it.
gonna say we've
Yeah,
discussed.
I'm
that
not
in
gonna go
detail.
into it, but yeah, there's definitely
I
shit
can
out
believe
there
it.
off the internet that's completely real. But anything you
Yes.
find on like Tor,
Yes.
and Onion links, it's mostly just like
I could believe it. I could totally believe that shit.
I love the range in this episode. By the way, it's like we talked about so many different things.
Well, that's why I like
It's
doing this.
awesome, dude.
I don't
It's
want to.
great.
I don't want to box myself or anybody else on this show in one specific thing. Like some people might come in here and just think, "Oh, I'm going to talk about my music and that's it."
Yeah.
No, I like to open the mind. I like to break the ice and say, "Hey, listen, I want to hear about you guys. Don't get me wrong, but I also want to hear your feedback on like this issue or what's your
real
ideas
life
on
issues.
this." And I like that. See, that's what I like about the show is there's so much opportunity here to not only just have this discussion about this, but that.
Yeah,
It's not just one
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So, and I hope maybe that people that are brand new to listening to this, that opens a door for them to say, hey, I can listen to this on my drive to work. I can listen to this in the gym, you know, or just tune in live and talk to us as it happens. Like, that's what I like. So, yeah, I get
Where's
it.
our pizza, by the way?
Oh, your pizza.
yeah, where's my pizza?
I don't know. I do remember hearing something about a pizza, and we had a phone call about a pizza.
Yeah, we wanted that M-Balm special.
Yeah,
it's
and then I heard-
still not in our.
Well,
possession.
I thought they were asking if we were remarks or something, but then at the end of it, I heard this.
It sounds so fucking awesome. I so love that.
Funny.
And watching you guys crumble.
Dude, I was.
Is
his
everybody
reaction had me
okay?
fucking
Please give us confirmation that
Well,
no one died.
Dude, I was-
like, that was perfect.
That
Dude,
shit was funny.
Dude, I was dying when I heard that. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
That shit was all improv. None of that shit was planned.
Dude,
So-
that was beautiful. Dude, I give you fucking 100% props for that shit, dude. Oh my god.
So let me ask you a question. I need to ask a question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Gotta raise your hand, right? Yeah. Big school. This is the ASMR M-Balm Effect episode.
Don't forget the gum smacking.
This is Fear Butcher.
How do you feel about aliens?
Well, I was gonna save this for. I was gonna take a quick break because.
We can take a quick break.
This
and then we'll
water.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs more water. He needs to stay hydrated.
He needs some milk.
Well, how long do you want to stay on for? We can do this.
I'm good.
I know.
I have
no
work at
prior
6.
plans.
So other than that, we're totally fine, man.
Okay, it is
6:30 is actually what when my shift starts. But
Okay.
No, he's like 18 minutes away from work. I got him.
Yeah,
taking him.
I'm totally fine.
We
We
can
got to go
do
against
this.
the water bridge.
Okay.
Let's
That's-
talk about aliens after our quick commercial
Yes.
break.
All right. Yes, we will come back. We'll talk about some aliens and all that stuff. And when we do that, you'll be weirded out because that's what we do here on the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hang on.
The M-Balm Effect will be right back.
Want to become legendary? Then get yourself into Legends 24/7 Gym, located at 2175 Empire Boulevard, Webster, New York. Sign up today at legends247gym.com. You can grab your key fob during staffing hours, then get yourself a pump in at any time of the week. Sign up right now and get legendary.
I know right where you are. If only words could reach you. I've been thinking for
show will have you feeling as if you're going down 490 with no legs and a wheelchair. Just try not to get hit. Back to the show.
Man, it looks like everybody had to use the bathroom, eh?
Everybody had to piss.
You darn skippy.
Man, it was a crazy time. It was a rush for 5 minutes there, and during the break here, and we all just rushed for the bathroom here.
French fried taters.
What do you got over there, man?
Well, I brought snacks. I don't know who eats gummies.
Oh,
But pizza, pizza for you.
pizza. Oh, there's the pizza.
There's a
this
burger
is the pizza.
for you, sir.
This is the pizza we've been waiting for.
You like a hot dog? He's good.
Bro,
we
I
also
got
have,
me a Krabby Patty,
we
man.
also have fries, and if you'd like a Coke.
Pepsi, okay?
Yeah, Pepsi's totally fine. You can choose whatever this is for yourself.
That was good.
That was awesome. Good job, guys. But yeah, I bought these at the local grocery store / bait shop.
Oh, you got the masturbate shop?
That was down the road from your house, and I was like, well, I should bring some snacks for the boys. So
Well, we appreciate the gesture, man. Thank you.
course.
You
Yeah.
brought us the pizza we've been asking for.
Yeah.
That's what we've been
I
asking
brought
for.
the pizza.
I know the guy who called in he brought the pizza. Not even the pizza shop.
Eat some fries.
So, as you're gonna eat some
Better than
fries.
McDonald's.
Oh wow, that's a shots fired.
I'm having myself a
McDonald's.
Krabby Patty, man.
Shots fired.
Those are.
Oh, so you wanted to talk about aliens, and we're going to talk about aliens.
Yes,
We promised you
please.
all this is what was going to happen after the break. So let's make that happen as it happens here live on the M-Balm Effect.
I got theories and speculations. I can't wait.
Oh, all right.
Evil.
Got my Krabby Patty
You
right
got,
here.
You got the Krabby Patty, hey? Well, Nikki says, tell Matt to drink water, please, or he's going to be grounded. Well,
Oh,
Matt,
shit.
Keep Your Butcher,
Groundation.
this
Switch
is,
to me. I have water right here. I
Oh.
bought it because
Oh,
I knew
shit.
you'd say that.
He did, too.
I knew you would say that, and
He did.
I have water.
He specifically bought it for that reason.
see, he's prepared. He
Love
knows.
you, friend.
He knows.
Hey, first
And,
rule of Boy Scouts, man, you always come prepared.
Always come prepared.
Always come.
You gotta be prepared.
Just always come.
Just come.
That's it. Come everywhere.
Over everything.
Yeah.
Glaze it.
Glaze it. Do you think people come when they get anally probed by the aliens that we're about to talk about?
Don't glaze your glizzy.
No.
As I'm drinking a
I
can.
almost made him spit.
Jesus, fuck.
He don't swallow.
Glizzy? The glizzy?
The fucking glizzy. Dude, I hate that term so much, but it's still used.
Hey, people use everything.
Nah, it's pretty fire. I like it.
It's fucking lit, huh? It's on
I
fleek.
guess
people even
it's
say
better than
that?
a hot dog.
Do people say that anymore on Fleek, fam? Do people say that?
Fleek?
Or,
Oh,
yeah.
let's not.
No.
Oh, we're bringing it back.
yeah, well, let's not bring that back. We don't want to bring that fucking
You know,
cancer
that term's
shit.
ballin', bro.
Fucking wildin'.
Aliens.
Fucking
Aliens!
Let me open with a statement from some kind of fucking famous philosopher that did some shit that's way smarter than me.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Good
Yeah.
setup.
Oh, exactly. There's either a shit ton of aliens or we're the only ones, and both of them are equally terrifying.
Yeah.
Both of them are equally terrifying realities. There's either a shit ton of aliens or we're the only ones, and what we have is like super fucking rare.
Do you think, in any way, given shape or form, do you think that we derived our exist? Like, do you think we exist because of aliens?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I open my mind to the idea of it mainly because there's such a giant time of where we were what we were. Within the past 5,000 years, we've had written language,
Okay.
understanding of just concepts of writing things into history.
Yeah.
I really don't think that there was a point in time where we existed for 100,000 years, and within the past 5,000 to 6,000 years, we have completely jumped to what we are now. In the past 100 years, we have exponentially more
technology than we have now.
Yeah,
It's just not possible.
I agree.
I feel like we must have been monolithed by something, or I just don't feel like the natural. I feel like the process of evolution, like the theory of evolution, is wrong.
I do too, to a point, and I understand. Like, but again, I'm open-minded. I like to hear different things. Do I believe somebody in the sky snapped their finger and there was a man and a woman?
Yeah.
No,
I believe until proven guilty at this point.
Yeah,
I don't believe in that.
So I mean, I don't know. Who am I to say?
I mean, if God did exist, I mean, he at least did something with the process.
What I like to, I wouldn't say chalk it up to, but the theory of evolution does not disprove the existence of a God. It proves the existence of our species.
Yep.
It does not mean that some form of higher power did not monolith anything that we have in our own space of knowledge.
Right.
So, I mean, Darwin could be right. We all came from monkeys. Everything just happened by happenstance. And like, if you think about why aren't dolphins walking on land? Why aren't lizards?
They're fucking intelligent as
walking
fuck,
around?
though.
Exactly. And like, there was a study with dolphins where they fucking gave them LSD
That's
to try to teach them English, but the lady that was taking care of the dolphins kind of like jacked them off, and then she got fired. And then the program got shut down.
That's gonna mess with anybody who's
Yeah,
putting
no.
on
I
acid.
mean, what I'm saying is like a lot of people, especially from like the 30s to the 80s, in communist countries, said that the theory of evolution was mostly predominant, but it doesn't. They were trying to use that as an excuse for like the existence of a higher power. It doesn't prove that there's no God. It proves the fact of how we came to be.
Yeah.
There could be something. There are speculations from the new telescope that's out there.
Okay.
That contradicts the Hubble telescope of how there are different light waves and forms from galaxies that we thought, like every star we see in the sky is already dead.
Right.
All the light comes to us thousands and millions of years later.
Right.
But there are some forms of constellations and stars in the sky that have not changed in density or brightness since we launched the lost satellite, which people are trying to disprove the Big Bang Theory at this moment in time because of that.
Didn't they? I think one of the NASA one of their programs did is they actually used sound waves. You can actually listen to the black hole.
Shit that happened thousands of years
Yeah.
ago. We can hear it through radio waves. It's the same thing as like with the Hubble telescope and other things. Like we put a gold record in
That shit was
transcripts of
mind-blowing.
like the Beatles up in space.
Yeah.
So it's just floating through space. So anything that picks up on that radio frequency can listen to the Beatles like 100,000 years from now.
Do you think, because this is all frequencies in some aspects, right? Even the radio
Yeah.
that we listen to in our cars, but even
Yeah.
the internet, those are frequencies being
It's all
transmitted.
transcribed out. It doesn't. It's kind of like light. Nothing reflects off itself until it bounces off another physical object.
So
that radio wave can continue forever until it's transmitted into something.
Yeah.
Which is how we have things like the Great Blip. How we thought we heard something from deep inside the ocean. It could have been something from millions of miles away from us.
See, that's crazy. And it's even more crazier to think that when aliens start listening to the M-Balm effect, they're going to actually make Joyce a god, thinking that she is going to take their legs.
Joyce is a
If
god.
they don't... if they don't...
All hail, mighty Joyce.
Remember me.
But it's just insane to think, though, like, anything that we do here now could be, it's almost like a time capsule
It
for
could be.
extraterrestrial existence.
It could or couldn't be.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like, to me, do I think our species was possibly monolith by a higher creation? Maybe.
Maybe.
Possible.
I'm not gonna say no because it is
It's out there.
reasonable. It's reasonable to think of.
It's a theory.
Because our civilization jumped within the past 10,000 years versus 1,000,000 years in the blink of an eye. We've only been writing history for about 5,000 years, which is absolutely nothing compared to how long the Earth has existed.
We came
if
from
there's
primates.
If there's a civilization out there beyond our star, maybe we're alone in our galaxy. How many billions of galaxies are out there that we know of that are expanding past the point of creation?
We don't know what the point of creation is. So,
And aren't we all made of stardust? Technically, we
there
have
technically is, because the theory of like there's only a certain amount of atoms and like molecules that are created at the point of existence, as we like to call it. There's no theory that suggests that they can be recycled or recreated. So everything is technically recycled, which comes back to my theory of why the paranormal is the way it is, because everything is put onto its surrounding area. So there could be aliens in our dimension, but, you know, like the gray aliens, they could just be living in a different spectrum of light that we can't see. And they appear to us in different waveforms of light that we can see, which is why we have sightings and UFOs and things like that. I mean, UFOs don't technically mean there's a existence of just like
It just means
crafts in the air.
unidentified
flying objects.
Exactly.
Well, they're what are they now? They changed the definition.
Of UFO?
Yeah, it's unidentified aerial UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I didn't hear about that one, so that's a new one to me.
So with that thought process of like the aliens having something to do with us being existing in this world, I kind of like to think that like when they take us up to their whatever
Home world.
that they're kind of checking on the rats of the experiment, if you will.
Possibly. I mean, if you think about it, if another intelligent species comes to our planet, we're the aliens to them.
Right.
True.
We are not. We are foreign to them. Everything is foreign to anything that we don't know as natural in our own experience. So, like, before I met you, you were an alien to me.
Extraordinary, or what was it?
Nothing extraordinary.
Yeah, that's
You
man,
had
tongue
your,
twist.
That's awesome.
you had your own concepts and your own thoughts of who you are in your head, and I didn't get to experience that until I met you. That's the same with every stranger. So if any creature or anything, any extraterrestrial body, like we call it extraterrestrial because it's not from the Terra, the planet that we're on. Anything outside of that is foreign to us, so we wouldn't be able to conceive it.
See what you just brought up there. I like what you said. I didn't know you existed or whatever. What you had in your mind is somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a preconceived notion.
And it's funny because like people don't understand this, and they don't. Or maybe not people. Maybe people don't think about it as much.
No, not at all.
Is it a Japanese philosophy that nobody knows the true you? There's like 3 different sides. One people see, one people don't see,
And the
then,
one that you perceive yourself as.
Yes.
Yes.
So I like that, and I always looked into that, and it's true though.
Yeah.
Think about it. So say you're working in a cash register, and the person that you're interacting with sees you as the cash register that they see before them, but they don't see what happens 8 hours after the fact when you're at home doing whatever you're doing.
It's all about perception.
Exactly, and not even that. Like your family, even they don't see what happens inside here. Like you perceive yourself as somebody that, actually, to be honest with you, that's one version of yourself that nobody else will see because they see you as somebody completely different.
That's what's so cool about like the shadow work. Like you are looking at the deeper parts of yourself to figure out who you actually are as a person. If you don't do that work, you're just going to be this one-dimensional 3D person.
It also makes it harder for you to express yourself to your family and your friends, the people that you keep close. They have an ideal of you in your head, and when you express something outside of that idea, they become judgmental about it.
I totally understand that one.
Yeah,
I for a long while.
It is what it is.
For a long while, I just shut myself in. I didn't talk to anybody about what I was going through. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. I didn't say that I felt this opinion about this because it was like, well, they disagree with it, or I don't care anymore. If you disagree with then that's your opinion. That doesn't mean that I have to change.
And they're entitled to it.
Right, but that doesn't mean that I have to change who I am as a person. Because you disagree with what I am.
So I've come up with I've come up with a conclusion, like me, myself, and I. It's not, and this goes for everybody. It's not my responsibility for what offends somebody or what somebody disagrees with me with. No. It's not my responsibility for your emotions. I think a lot of people in this day and age have glass emotions based off of just even social media in itself. And what I've seen on social media is, just one simple word can set someone off, and it's like, okay, but even that person with that comment that they made might not even be meant to be malevolent or anything like that.
Right.
It is a very tiptoey world we live in.
Yeah.
100%.
What I think is happening though is with social media and all the above, it's amplified because back in the day we didn't have all this, easily accessible information. We didn't, say
We did whatever the fuck we want.
Well, that we didn't interact with each other in the way we're interacting with each other now. We're not seeing people's faces other than profile pictures,
Right.
but we're seeing
Right.
text. And when we see text, we don't really associate that with a person behind that text. So we just go in just full-on rage mode. Oh, I can't believe you said this. But if you did that in real-world terms, if you did it at a Tim Hortons or a Dunkin' Donuts or a McDonald's, and you heard somebody say something that offended you, I guarantee that person that was offended won't say a single word to that person that mentioned anything.
They'd stay quiet.
Exactly. They would not say a damn word about it.
my
Because
God.
at that point, you're not dehumanizing them. You see them as who they are. They're a person.
Yeah.
I will say this. This actually kind of reminds me of a quote. It's actually on a song. Who's familiar with Pussifer?
Pucifier?
I like you.
Is that what it is?
There's a reason why I love you
Maynard
already.
James Keenan Project outside of a perfect circle.
Oh, the other one.
The other project.
The other project.
The
of
other
Maynard.
project.
I'll be honest with you.
This is why I love you, man.
Perfect Circle and Tool is as far as I went. I didn't really dive into that. So
I honestly
13
like.
Step is my favorite from them.
I'll check them out.
I prefer Perfect Circle over Tool.
I totally agree
Hot
with that.
take.
I'll be honest with you.
Same.
I like Tool. Don't get me wrong, but a Perfect Circle I listen to more.
I respect.
I feel like Tool should be an instrumental band.
I respect Tool.
Well,
for what
yeah. I
they've
mean,
done.
you got Adam Jones and fucking
Yeah.
Danny Carey, man.
Alex Gray.
Alex. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I like all their music.
Justin
to be honest with you.
Chancellor too.
But I did listen to a lot of a Perfect Circle, especially in high school and all that stuff. I listened to a lot of
They got a lot of metaphysical shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
See? Look at that. He's got the
Math.
he's got the eye there.
I'm
Stink eye.
gonna put quotes around it. But what was I getting at? You guys were talking about like perspectives and stuff like that.
The quote from Pucifier. You said that.
Yep. If you heard the song simultaneously, there's a quote that really speaks about this. We will not know world peace until three people can simultaneously look at each other straight in the eye.
World peace.
It's a difficult topic.
I mean, well, I'm just saying.
It goes back to philosophies that are thousands of years old.
Yep.
Can I just take a hot take here?
Yeah,
World peace is impossible.
it is.
It
Because
is.
At this
what
day and age, especially.
let's circle back to the extraterrestrial possibility. So there's a lot of speculation that unless we're all one race, one unified entity, one religion, one belief system, we will not be part of an intergalactic species. And as long as we are divided, we will not be put into that aspect of being able to leave this planet.
Yeah.
I like to think of the idea of there was a deity in Egyptian culture called Thoth.
Okay.
From the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, there is
had
a
this
book
discussion.
that is derivative from the book of the Kabbalion, which
Okay.
is like the golden rules of kindergarten. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Love thy neighbor. All things that were taken from the
Almost
tales,
like the Ten Commandments.
it was taken from the tales of Gilgamesh that were translated into the Bible.
That makes sense.
Thousands of years ago, like around about 900 years before Jesus ever walked this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There is this term that Thoth liked to use that said the downfall of human existence was the existence of written language. When things were no longer passed on through word of mouth and everything was open to interpretation. When you leave things open to interpretation and you don't have a single focal point of where that knowledge came from, then knowledge is destroyed. Everything is open to perception up at that point. Everything was chiseled on the fucking stones. And when they started doing that, they realized that the tales that they were passing down from past generations, the knowledge that we've lost from civilizations before Babylon, are just lost. It's gone.
It's like telephone, basically.
So if I tell you one thing right now,
and I tell you to recite it to me 10 years later, will you remember exactly how I told it to you? Or would your mind perceive what you want to hear and then only cherry pick the things in between it? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's hard to answer that question.
Because it leaves that blank.
Yes,
You have no idea what to say, so you have to like add it in.
Exactly. It's the same thing with memories, how we perceive things.
Yes.
It all circles back to that. We could all think the same thing about each other. In 10 years from now, we won't remember the exact same conversation we had unless we watched it.
It's exactly what I was like gonna say is again with the Bible, right? How many different translations happen over the thousands of years of its existence?
Oh, so many.
There's
So-
technically four.
Right.
Four main ones that made it.
Right, King James and all that.
Yeah.
But regardless of all that, it goes back to the game telephone.
Yeah.
Perception and all that. So I think it's interesting, and what you said there again with the, we're not going to remember what we talked about today in 10 years unless we go back and listen to it. That's another thing about this whole project that I have here, is we can exactly go back to this date, watch this show 10 years from now in 2032,
And question our own perspectives on what we were saying.
yes, and we might have even learned a lot
Exactly.
in that given time, and
Or learned little.
that's what I mean. Like, so that's what I like about this is that we can go back and just like, not only is this a podcast, it's like a documentation.
Yeah.
100%.
It is.
So I do enjoy that aspect.
So
Yeah.
one thing that was really cool about that that whole thing is like so with the perspectives thing, when I did the home song, that was like the deepest, realest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
I was telling myself to get the hell out of this hole that I was in my head to become the person that I am now.
Yes.
Now listening to it, I'm listening to a totally different person than I was listening to when it was recorded. And I thought that was really cool that I was talking to myself without talking to myself.
Yes.
Just that type of thought process is really interesting.
That's why I don't like any of my old music. Because that's who I was,
'Cause
not
that's-
who I
yeah.
am now.
Yeah.
So I don't listen to it. I don't like to recite it.
It's all about evolution, man.
Vinny says mind freak.
Mind freak.
Mind freak.
Mind freak.
Dude, that should be like a segment, dude. Like Mind Freak just be deep down and just like talk
Say
about
some
deep shit.
philosophical shit.
Fuck
every now
yeah.
and again.
I'd be down.
It does not feel like we've been doing this for 2 hours.
No,
and 22
it's been a
minutes.
really
No,
in-depth
it's because the
conversation.
conversation has been very
Thought-provoking.
not even thoughtful, just consensual.
It's been,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We're not.
It's been.
We're
It's
just-
beautiful dialogue we're having here
It
today.
really
Yeah.
is.
Like I could be cracking jokes the whole time, but honestly, I don't want to because
don't need to.
No, we don't need
There's
to.
substance here.
There is something here that I actually enjoy expressing, not only just in just discussion, but just in my mind. Just okay,
Yeah.
you're saying things that really there's like it makes you think. Okay, that's a cool way of thinking about this.
Right.
Even when it comes to like aliens and all that.
And then there's no judgment on top
No.
of that. It's literally,
Never judgment
oh,
here.
that's really cool that you said that. I'm going to think about that. Not,
Right.
how could you think that
You
way?
sound like
Are
a
you
fucking
serious?
you really think that CM Punk right now this is a fucking work?
Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Even if we did, we can talk about it.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna
though-
like
Right.
you any less
Right.
because of your opinion.
Right.
See,
Exactly.
that's just it. Like, and again, going back to people who criticize you, it's like they can't relate to something. Like, if they're not even a musician themselves, but yet they criticize your content.
Yeah.
They go, Matt, your shit sucks, but they have no substance of themselves to say, okay, I did this or whatever.
It
Then-
never bothers
and
me.
exactly, and I like that.
People don't know how to really criticize. Honestly, like there's critical criticism, and like people think that like we're just criticizing. Listen, there's a way you can criticize what you're doing. You're just being a dick. If you want to really criticize someone, you gotta like tell them things that you like about them. You gotta be like, I like this, I like that, I really like what you're going. You gotta like bring them up. Just add one little detail that they could like maybe tweak a little bit.
It's
It could be
honestly
something
what-
small.
What I like to do with bands that play, when even before then, I would literally come up to them and be like, look, I loved what you did. I really like that you did this and this like exact part, and that you did this and this and this, and they were like, oh, thank you very much for bringing this up, instead of, that was great, you guys did great, see you later.
It is not our job to change anybody's art form.
Exactly.
No,
Right there.
Exactly.
Again,
You're right.
Art form is expressive, and we have no business dealing with any form of changing
Right.
it.
Yeah,
we
I mean-
can give criticism of it. There's a difference in between attacks and criticism.
Exactly.
Going-
And
yeah.
You have to be very well aware of yourself
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
give criticism. If you like, because most of the people that try to that you try to give criticism to see it as an attack.
It's like going back to your post that you posted about the clean sound.
Yeah.
Somebody out there might think, okay, this should sound professional.
That's
What-
fine.
But you know what? To be honest with you, what is professional?
Right.
Right.
Oh my! I don't
Professional
fucking
is the
know.
ability and the mental energy you put into your product.
Exactly.
Professionalism is not scaled by money. It's not scaled by numbers. I know a lot of people that are very focused on how many people are watching, how many people are streaming this, that, and the other. I have the numbers in my case, but I don't care about them. I would rather have 15 dedicated followers than 3 million streams.
I'll be honest with you. You know, it's like doing the show. We're slow growing. We've been around for 3 years. I mean, we do gain listeners, and it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy.
And we're gonna grow more, and we're gonna evolutionize more.
And you guys know about the algorithms. You all focus or face it, and you understand it. So I like to be able to relate to that.
Yeah,
You know.
just need the people to back you about it.
Yes.
You need people that are going to stick by you and really see your evolution through it. If you don't have that solid fan base around what you're doing, it's going to fail no matter what.
Yeah.
You could advertise as much as you want. You can get on Spotify playlists.
Yep.
You could pay people for advertisement. It won't fucking matter because after that next month, they're not going to be there unless they truly enjoy what you're doing.
That's why when I try to promote myself, I don't like to just be like, "Hey, this helps out the algorithm. Would you listen to this really quick and just give me your?" I'm like, how
like,
about
share,
just
and
talk to me like a
subscribe.
human?
Yes.
How about not just sending me a song and being like, "Hey, when you get a chance, just listen to this." How about ask me how I'm doing first? Because I know that you're probably struggling too. And if we
Yeah.
could be a human to each other,
Exactly.
that's what I want. Then I'll listen to what you're sending.
Yeah, have a human connection first,
Right,
at least.
because that's the whole point of this shit is a human connection.
At some point in time, it goes beyond human connection, though, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. They want to have that strong fan base, but there's a point in time where you can't connect to everybody who
Yeah,
is listening
100%.
to you, and that's where a lot of people falter. They fail in that aspect because they realize that, oh shit, this is becoming too much for me, and that's when people go to record labels. That's when they go to endorsement deals.
Don't be like Kanye West.
Look, man, it goes back to what you were saying, and even what I was saying. What you do isn't going to pertain to old lady Millie.
Right.
She's 85 years old. She's not going to listen to Fear Butcher. She's not going to listen to DeadXOLaughter. She's definitely not going to watch the M-Balm Effect.
If she does, I'd like to hang out with her.
Yeah,
please.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
right?
Cool lady. And I'm not saying that's going to be. I'm not trying to generalize that kind of person.
Yeah.
What I'm saying though is that like when it comes down to it, like what we do as content creators, whether it be music, whether it be videos, whether it be anything, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is people focus too much on the number aspect,
metrics.
of it, the metrics. So if I was to say, I mean, I could, and I'll be honest with you, podcasters don't last. They might last. They might last between 1 and 10 episodes and quit because they're not seeing the listeners, they're not seeing people tuning in. And honestly, is it hard at times? Absolutely. This is not an easy gig. I'm spending money to run the show. I'm not making money on it, right? People don't see that though. They don't see those
mental
little.
strain as well. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I don't care about the numbers, it still takes a toll. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
no one's watching this episode. Why aren't they watching this episode? Should I change something? Should I not change something? Should I be my? It's a lot.
Yes.
Dedication is worth more than currency in my eyes.
dedication.
But again, I go back to what I said earlier about consistency and commitment. If I didn't have any type of, if I knew in my mind that I could not commit to this every Saturday, I mean, not every Saturday, there's going to be times where you have times off, right? But I'm saying being on a consistent basis and having that commitment to at least most Saturdays, right? And if anything changes, I'm upfront with the people that want to listen to the show, and I'm upfront with our fans. I'm upfront with anybody that wants anything to do with the show. Hey, listen, something's going to change. I'll let you know. I keep you updated. Because I'm not one of those people that just sit in the silence and let everybody just go, what happened to that guy?
Right.
What happened to the show that we used to watch with Austin and all those guys? I'll be honest with you. I'll let you know when something happens. And I'm sure that as a music creator, you do the same thing. I know there's different musicians out there that ghost people for years.
Yeah. I have a certain, I guess, allegory for it.
Okay.
Have you ever tried herding cats?
No.
Hurting
What?
Herding cats.
H-E-R-D.
Have you ever had to try to make 7 cats do the same thing at the same time?
No.
No.
It's impossible.
I bet.
No.
It's the same thing as being in a band. It's the same thing as having business conglomerates that are not on the same page as you.
You have 5 members that don't want to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't make music in a band anymore. I did that. I've been in several bands. I've toured the country. I've been through that. I don't want to do it anymore. What I want
That's
to
fair.
do is be the only cat.
Yeah, there you go.
So when you have several cats that are trying, you like literally go to a shelter, adopt 5 cats, tell them to do the same thing at the exact same time, and tell me how good it goes for you. It's the same thing with people in relationships.
Create a pyramid, kitties.
Everybody is different. Yeah, exactly. Everybody is different. Everybody has their own mindsets and everybody has their own schedules. It's impossible to get everybody to do the same thing at the same exact time.
Well, and like we were talking about earlier, like the whole narcissist, like everybody at some point is a narcissist.
Well, here's the thing.
They have to
You
be.
don't want to get me started on that.
Oh, I do.
Okay, well, my opinion of it is that if you are a narcissist that does not admit that you are a narcissist, if you can't self-identify the fact that you are being selfish for yourself, it is incredibly detrimental to the people around
Yep.
you. If you realize that, yes, sometimes being self, I feel like there's this like negative connotation around the
Stigmatism.
word, stigmatism around the word selfishness. Being selfish for yourself is one of the best things that you could possibly do as a human being.
It's called
But
self-care.
Yes, but a lot of people blend the line in between self-care and selfishness. So if you are a narcissist and you truly believe that you are the best, you are doing what you can do, but you put that off on other people and you form this complex in your head that you can't benefit other people, but you would truly believe that you are benefiting the lives of everybody in your life without accepting the fact that you're not the center of it.
Right.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I feel like I am narcissistic at some points and times in my life, and I feel like there's like he said, there's a negative trail that comes behind the words selfishness and narcissism.
Absolutely.
It's good for you at some points in time, but you have to be able to be humble about it. If you can't be humble, then you're not a narcissist. You're just a piece of shit.
Bitch, be humble.
Well, that's just it. And
I agree.
I know, I'm not gonna name drop anybody. I'm not even gonna mention the
Proud of you.
situations.
Very proud of you.
But I'm gonna say we've been seeing this unfold in the last month or two, and we know who's who, we know what's what, and we know exactly what's going on. And those people aren't humble.
Right.
They're not
Oh,
humble.
yeah.
They're not.
And those people know exactly who they are and what they are while they're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Most narcissists put themselves up here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You have to. It is okay to be full of yourself as long as you admit it to yourself and it is benefiting yourself. If you're not benefiting from being a narcissist, you're just an asshole.
Yeah. Honestly.
I love you so much.
You're right.
Oh, you
I,
are
uh,
so
I shared
right, brother.
something
You're
the
so
other day
right.
that it said the pawn and the knight, the pawn and the queen go in the same box at the end of the game.
Yes.
It's the truth.
You're
I don't
right.
care if you feel yourself as low or high, you're going to be in the ground or whatever have you
Queen England.
at the end of the day.
Confidence only goes so far.
Bop, up.
Ba-da-da.
Titties.
There's a very
Gorillas.
fine line in between confidence and being a fucking asshole.
Yes.
Look, I'm all about people self-care. I mean, there's times where I'm selfish, and it takes a lot to maybe admit that. But you have to be because
it's good.
But I've gone through times where I was selfless and I got fucked in the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately makes you more jaded.
Yep.
It makes you more cynical as a person, and that ain't cool. But it's life. And
Yeah.
honestly, like, I understand when people have to think about themselves. I get it. But when you're nothing more than a selfish prick, and
Yeah.
never, ever, once, ever have you ever helped anybody in any way, shape, or form. You, like you said, are an asshole.
Yep. You don't need to let it consume you.
No.
Like I was telling him earlier, I kind of believe in the concept of being like a narcissistic nihilist.
Okay.
So most narcissists feel like they have this complex, like they're better than other people.
Right.
And they put themselves in this pedestal. If you're a narcissistic nihilist, nihilism mostly means that you don't have any form of value in your life or your own sentences. Anything that you say, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So if you put yourself on this pedestal of, yes, I care about myself more than other people, but I also don't care about the consequence of my actions, it becomes dangerous.
Yep. Yes.
And when you look inward and be more nihilistic about things, it's like I mean nihilism not in the fact of like, oh, fuck this, fuck that. I mean like the idea of like, oh, I'm not going anywhere when I die.
Yeah.
I don't believe or subscribe. I don't have a subscription service to any form of philosophy. I want to learn,
Yeah.
I want to think, and I want to question those forms of reality.
I am
Yeah.
When
sponge.
I talk to other people, yes, like a sponge.
Yes.
But it's not good to just be a sponge
Right.
and just accept everything that comes to you.
That's-
Narcissism,
But I'm open to listen to
Yes.
what you are, and then go,
Yes.
well, this is actually how I feel, and then we can go our separate ways.
and
It's important to do
Most narcissists will be like, no, you're wrong.
Right.
But when you add nihilism
Right.
into the mix, it adds this form of, all right, I might be wrong. That'll be fine, and it brings the narcissism down. So I feel like it is a healthy form of thinking.
Yeah.
But most people aren't like it's like you can't convince a psychopath that they're a psychopath.
No.
Most of the time. Most of the time. There are some psychopaths that do admit that they have psychopathy. It's all about the mindset. It's how you perceive things.
What is the definition of a psychopath?
What is the definition of a psychopath?
What's the definition of psychopath?
Come on, smart boy. I know you know this one.
I know the definition of insanity.
You will not get your Regents diploma if you get that.
To me, the definition of a psychopath is the lack of empathy. The lack of... There's entropy and atrophy. So the definition for me would be more around the idea that there's just no contemplation about who is around you. You don't care about the repercussions of your own actions.
Okay.
So a psychopath wouldn't be like a murderer or a killer or things like that. I take that off the table with psychopathy.
Okay.
So what I think what a psychopath would be somebody that is unwilling to accept the ideas of another person once they have it in their head, which forms through narcissism.
Okay. So, in just example, have you ever watched Dexter?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you generalize him as? He's obviously not a psychopath in your head because he's a murderer. What would he be in those?
You mean like a killer killing killers, thinking that he's
Doing good.
more so doing a good for the greater humanity?
Yeah, but even then, like, you think about it, he never really said that.
Right.
He
He
just
never
just
admits
was killing.
Yes.
Psychopaths never admit that they're psychopaths. The tapes of Ted Bundy,
Yeah.
the tapes of John Wayne Gacy, they never admitted the fact that they thought that there was something wrong with them.
This is for you serial killer enthusiasts out there, by the way.
Thanks for watching.
No, I'm really, really big into serial killers. It's just, I mean,
We're watching you ladies that watch all the murder documentaries.
Hi, Dana.
on the ID channel.
So let's talk about that then, because I'm actually interested in the psychological. I'm interested in a lot of things in life. Okay, be honest with you. I'm
You're a
open.
human?
Oh God, Jerry, did you Did you even think about this before you got on the show? Oh, M-Bomb's a human.
M-Bomb's a fucking human.
No,
I'm a
hold
human.
on, hold on, one
Hold my
sec.
wallet.
Hold on. Yes, I am human.
I am human. Listen to me. I'm not like
Human.
fucking Mark Zuckerberg, who's not a fucking human, by the way.
Definitely
He's a lizard.
Definitely a lizard.
Fucking sucker fuck.
So let's go back to the serial killer stance, right? There's a lot of serial killer podcasts out there. Again, they're a niche. That's fine. You can do that. You can.
And some of them are really good.
That's right. You're right. That's exactly it. And they do great at it. They excel.
Yeah.
But what's the psychology behind somebody who's obsessed? I wouldn't say obsessed, but maybe interested. I guess you could say obsessed What's the psychology on that?
Infatuated with the difference between life and death and the right and wrong.
Like serial killers in general? Do you think there's a...
I feel like people commit certain actions based off of how they feel as a person. To me, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, yeah, like, for an example, you walk into the hood, and somebody's like, oh, you're not a gangster.
I'm about to
And then you're
rob
like,
you.
oh, yeah, no, I am. You can't tell. You could look at me right now and be like, oh, you're not a killer. But I could be.
Right.
You never know. You don't know what's going on in somebody's head.
Nobody knows what's happening behind closed
And we're
doors.
all capable of that snap moment.
No, that's what I want to segue into. It's like I personally believe, like, it's not that you're born with it or you're not born with it.
Yeah, Lady
It is
Gaga.
it is a
He whispers, fuck you.
I heard that. I was like, yes.
it's not only a product of your environment, but you either have it in you or you don't.
Right.
You're not gonna wake up one day and be like, "Oh, this person that really deeply offended me. Oh, yeah, they're gone."
Yeah, they're
don't
they're
think
gone.
about that.
You're not going to wake
That
up one day and go,
doesn't
I'm going to
happen.
kill Joe over across the street.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes
You
to
feel it,
serial
Mr.
killers,
Krabs?
it's more of like a control. It's like a segue of power,
Yes.
if that makes sense.
No, it
'Cause
does.
Like with not Jeffrey Dahmer. Who was that other dude? One dude.
Charles?
The Zodiac
one
dude?
Face.
Mr. Manson?
No.
Mr. Manson.
It was the
Zodiac killer?
guy that took a drill and lobotomized.
Oh.
I don't know this one.
I
That's
don't
super-
either, to be
Oh,
honest with you. So now...
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That was Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer. He
It was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Wait, he did the lobotomies?
Yes, I
He
do remember this.
lobotomized a
Yes.
14-year-old boy in his apartment.
Holy shit.
So that was after his seventh.
I guess I didn't do
seventh
enough
or
research.
eighth.
Oh, shit. I
murder.
should have known
Yeah.
that one.
My Reach's diploma isn't
Wow.
coming to me, I guess. I
You
didn't
don't
know.
get the
No,
diploma
Guess I
anymore.
didn't. Yeah, they take it away from me.
Yeah, no, he would.
Get out of college.
He boiled genitalia and
Ow.
ate them for dinner.
What a fucking... I know he was a cannibal. I know that.
Yes.
I didn't do that
There
much
was a-
research.
There
That's
was
the
a
part.
buildup.
Yes.
There was a buildup to
Okay.
cannibalism. He never thought in his head, "Oh, I'm going to eat people."
That was something
it
he
built
was...
up to it. It comes from depravity.
Okay.
If you were experienced or like administered to depravity for a long period of time, anybody could do that.
Austin,
So if he's continuously
It's in
doing
every.
all
What
this.
I'm saying is that every human on this planet is capable.
Austin,
You
have
hear
ever
that,
thought
murderers?
Austin, you ever thought about eating people?
Yeah. No. It,
No.
It happens.
Try killing somebody and then.
Well, I mean, listen, this,
But if you're forced into the situation and it happens and you didn't want it to happen
Right.
and you think
Oh.
about it consistently,
Yeah.
it dwells in your head.
okay, I will say this. I will say this. I'll
Don't
say this.
incriminate yourself.
No,
Oh, God. FBI's watching.
no, but
Listening. Your handlers.
No, so when I used to, okay, so like I'll tell you this story. I used to work at the U of R. I used to do like environmental services. I used to work in the med center. I used to do like all the cleaning and whatever shit. I used to work. They actually took me to the operating room and I had to clean up all that stuff. That was interesting. But I remember one time I went in for the interview and I was like, I'm just like walking through the doors and I'm like, why does this smell like burnt ham? And the reason why I said that was because it reminded me of like my grandpa made like burnt ham and it was like it tasted like bacon. It was so good. But then I like walk into the interview. It's like, man, did someone make like burnt ham or something? It's like, oh no, that's the you were smelling the burnt of flesh.
That's Christmas dinner.
I'm like,
That's Thanksgiving.
no, Jimmy, no.
Yeah, the crematorium.
Yeah, that's all I smelled. I was like, no.
Jesus.
So my girl lives above a funeral home.
Okay.
She's trying to become a funeral director, and she does all the embalming and all of that. So like, she very much.
Speaking of
when we started to discuss the pizza that we were supposed to get, she was like, "Does he know all the various da 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 da's?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We never really got into
Okay,
it. I
all
was
right.
just trying to get my pizza."
Can I? All right, this is a first. I kind of just shortened the term on this one on the second episode of the live M-Balm effect. Yes, my M-Balm alias did come from a point where my dad actually used that as a CB radio thing, and he had a group of friends called the Embalmers, high school things. Not only did he have a interest in it, but I did at one point too as a younger gentleman. I at one point in time wanted to get into mortuary things.
Really?
I did.
That's
Never
cool.
really mentioned this to anybody here in this room.
That's cool. She's watching right now.
You know what? I've always been wondering why you called yourself the M-Bomb. So
have
now
too,
I'm
honestly.
actually getting a little bit more interested in this.
So at one point in time, I thought about it. At one point, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool, owning a funeral home and kind of seeing this happen." I'm a morbid creature by habit, I guess. I like to think about things that other people might not be comfortable thinking about things. Like I think about things such as what happens to a body embalmed in 3 months' time to a year.
You can ask my girl.
Does it look? does it look the same? Obviously not.
Right.
It's just I'm morbid by nature, I guess. I think about things that other people may just again feel very uncomfortable thinking about. So again, that goes hand in hand with my dark humor and everything else in between. So there's a lot to why my name is M-Balm and why this show is called the M-Balm Effect, which by the way was originally intended to be just me with special guests like you, but you guys wanted to jump on board, the crew.
Dude, you know what? I got to jump on board.
Hey, I'm good with that. I actually like the way it turned out.
I do too.
So,
I
yeah.
think it adds a different element of
It does.
the podcast so that you have different opinions. You have yours, but so does everybody else, but you're also accepting of all of those opinions too.
Yes.
And I love that part about this show because it's just like you can talk about the same subject and still have 4 different opinions from 4 different gentlemen or 5 or whatever you have.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So there's a lot to why my name is M-Balm. And of course, I had screen names called M-Balmer 2009 in my life. The alias with the graduation year and all that stuff. I've done that.
That's your AIM name, right?
It was. You're right.
So.
At first, it was Undertaker 12228 because I was a big fan of Undertaker, and that's kind of how that all incepted, right? Let's just be honest here. But no, there's a lot to the meaning of the name M-Balm, and that was one of it. And I shortened it over the time because I was like, let's modernize this. Let's make it my own.
Yeah.
Because I looked and I was like, nobody's done this before. Let's make this name mine. And we made it ours. It's our branding. This is what we do. As you can see, there's different types of characteristics on this table now. You have palm reading hands. You've got this all-seeing eye displayed everywhere. You got the gavel, judge, executioner, all the above. Just there's different themes to here. Again, I go back to what I said earlier. I'm not religious by any means. I'm open to all that, Christianity, whatever it is, Judaism, paganism, whatever the case may be. I'm open. I'm interested to hear what people have to say. Viking,
Different walks of life.
yeah, Viking mythology has been very interesting to me, especially after watching the show. That was cool.
I got runes tattooed on both sides of my
I
head.
saw that. I couldn't help but notice, but I did see 2 rune tattoos. I
didn't
love
see
it.
'em. All right, I must have not picked that up then. Then again, sometimes I just kind of get in the conversation and I don't really
My
pay
thing
too much
is that
attention. But
we could all be wrong.
you know what? You're right.
We could all be wrong.
We
could
could
just
be.
be wrong.
We could
but
be.
It doesn't matter. We won't know until we die because death is an enigma.
Okay, so we have an answer here. A body could look the same.
Depends on cause of death.
Yes. Okay.
Like I said, she's watching. She's
And
very,
and I
honest
appreciate
curious.
that. I really like that's what I like about
it
doing it.
depends on bloating.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And that's
So-
what I like about doing this live is that there are real-time answers to my questions or your questions or whoever's talking here. I like that interaction.
What's so cool about this relationship between me and Dana is that, like, I'm the life guy. I absolutely love trying to help people get to past that point of depression or this, that, and the third. I like to show people that there's more to life than what they're seeing. Dana likes to bring the life from the death, and that's what she likes to do is give it more humanized feelings towards it. So, like, just being able to show that the person was still a person, even though they just passed. This is them still. So that's why it works. Opposites attract, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger and I was interested in all that still, I was interested in a lot of things. I wanted to be a cop at one point. I wanted to be that. There's a lot of things.
I can see you as a cop.
It could have.
Officer M-Balm.
Totally. Totally. And they watch this and go, that guy's fucking crazy.
Hey, at least I'll be able to see you, like, at my building.
But no, like, I'm a little too old for that anyways, I think. Anyways, so there was a funeral we went to, a wake, if you will.
Yeah.
You know how it is. They have him laid out in the casket. I'm not going to name drop this funeral home, but the guy who was in charge of this funeral home brought me and the family down to see how things worked in the basement where they did the embalming and all that. And there was a guy in a casket, and they were already done with him. They did all that. Crazy though, because as a kid, like as a teenager, you look at that and you go, "Wow!" You expect this person to jump out of the casket and be like, "Oh, alive!" No,
But when they're still,
Pop
They're-
goes the weasel.
no, they're literally, yeah. So it really kind of, it's like a mind f. You look at that and you go, okay, that guy must be just acting, right? Sometimes you're in those scenarios, and at this point, I was sick to the point where I was like, you know how you like get lightheaded and it feels like a dream. It was kind of that moment because that's what was happening anyways. But like it felt surreal. I was like looking at this. I'm like, this is behind the scenes of something that normal people don't get to see.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Was that the first time you saw a dead body?
No. But it was the first time going behind the scenes in a funeral home, seeing all the tools, the table, and real life things happening in front of me. Like there was a body in a casket in a suit, ready to be shown at one point in time. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. So, again, morbid thoughts because I'm just curious about things. You think, oh, should I go over there and touch the guy and see if he's going to wake up? Like, but as a kid, that's what, you think of that stuff. But looking back at it now, it's a cool experience to be able to say that, see that and be able to tell people that. Like,
so what was wild about part of my life is that when I lost my mom, I pretty much watched the circle of life happen right before my eyes. Same thing with my uncle. When I found him passed, he was already cold to the touch. He was already at that point of rigor mortis. But the day before that, I saw that he was alive. So it was like,
it's weird, right?
It's completely changed. Yeah. So when I called up the ambulance, I was like, so this is happening right now. What, can you send somebody? Oh, sir, you have a chance to save him. Just bring him down to the floor and give him CPR. I was like, ma'am, he's literally cold to the touch. He's like rigor mortis. There is no saving him. I realize what you're doing and I appreciate it. But you need to bring somebody like ASAP right now.
Right. There's a song by Fear Factory. Do you know Fear Factory?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Fear Factor.
Dino.
No, Fear Factory.
Yeah.
Yes, Dino. Right.
Yeah.
Burton. So there's a song called Final Exit.
Yes, that song is amazing. I love that album. 2009 album.
Yes, that
Oh,
song.
Fear Factory. Yes.
That's
Okay,
an
yes, I know.
emotional song.
That
because
is. Yeah, no, that's a good song.
It's an emotional song when you listen to it and you hear the lyrics and you feel the music just run through you.
Yeah.
So it's like basically as you see someone go from life to death. You know what I'm saying? Like just
I need to listen to that song.
you gotta listen to it.
It's the same dude from Divine Heresy. Dino
No,
was the
I
guy that
know.
played
I just
guitar
never
for
heard
it, yeah.
that song before.
You gotta
so-
listen to it because
Last song on the album from 2009.
Of course,
Yes.
it's like Gojira.
Yeah, it's really good.
I just I've heard it multiple times throughout the last decade or more, and every time I listen to it, you get in your feels because it's relatable.
Yeah.
You might know somebody that you've seen cross from life to death. Like you just said, you saw them living one day and then the next
And
they
then it's
weren't.
just a change.
But it's also something that you can relate to because that's going to be us one day. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says, one day or another. We all cross that threshold from life to death. It's going to happen regardless of how. I don't care what anyone says. You can eat the healthiest you want. You can exercise as much as you want. But at the end of the day, we're not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
And that will be us.
There was
I-
go on. Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of us are more accustomed to the idea of desensitizing ourselves from death.
You're correct.
The more that we desensitize ourselves from atrocities and things that happen around this planet, whether it be natural causes or not, the more we expose ourselves to it, the more we are able to accept and move on with our own lives.
You're right. And I know this is not the most popular thing to think of or even I wouldn't suggest it or recommend it. It's up to you. But again, morbid curiosities, I watch things on nothingtoxic.com and the YNC. Don't go to those sites, please. If you really have a weak stomach, don't do that.
Hashtag bestgore.com.
It's just, but like,
Are you talking about two guys and a hammer? I've never seen that. Never.
see those are to me those are kind of humorous because like, come on, why would you do that? You know, but like this stuff here is crazy. Like I'll give you an example. 3 guys, 1 hammer. You've heard of this, right?
Oh, I've seen everything and more.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking
I
about.
was forced into watching it because my friends were like, "You gotta watch this, man." I'm like, "Okay, I guess why am I watching this?"
There was the one video I couldn't finish. I just was like, I'm done. The gurgling was it. I couldn't. I was like, oh, it's enough.
Some of the fake shit is worse than the real shit.
Sometimes.
Like I told you.
I was gonna
because
say you've showed me some of that.
I had a video deal with a company in Philadelphia called Toe Tag Films.
Name drop.
And
Talk slut? Yeah, talk slut. We're all talk sluts right now.
they don't exist anymore.
Okay.
But they made a film series called August Underground.
Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Nobody that's listening to this should look it up.
Don't look at anything
Don't
we're mentioning right
do
now.
it.
Don't do it.
Please.
Don't do it.
It's
Not
all
good.
it's all fake.
It's all fake. Nikki says August Underground. Don't do it. Don't look at that. We're gonna talk about it.
You
but don't
gave
look.
us guidelines. We're going by the guidelines.
Hey, listen.
We're going by the guidelines.
There is no waiver to sign, but we're not responsible for your mental trauma.
That's right.
This. Remember, glass emotions exist in this world today.
Make sure to play Doom.
Those who live in glass houses should not cast stones.
Jerry, do you know who played Doom and caused havoc?
Yeah, the guys that did those things on 420.
Oh yeah, 99. Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys, those clowns.
Columbine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that's the name of a flower, by the way?
Columbine is?
Columbine is the name of a flower.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Funny story. I wouldn't say funny, but just true story. Even Omen. We both thought that word was the meaning for school shooter at the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, back
I
in the
didn't
day.
think that, but
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Well, that's just kind of how it is because when
that's
when
what
your
it
principal
was.
tells you that you're doing things like playing football with a doll or whatever after school activities, he says that those type of things make you believe he's going to pull or that you're going to pull a Columbine.
I used to wear a messenger bag, and they were like, "Excuse me, but what's in your bag? We don't want to have another Columbine situation." I'm like, "It's literally all my papers and books."
Yeah, you say pencils and books and shit. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus is in my bag.
Yes, the Bible.
Look, it's Jesus.
No, but again, that's a whole nother topic that we've talked about before, where it becomes, video games cause shootings and all that stuff. There's just multiple things that people,
It comes back to what I said. It's either in you or it's not.
Right.
Exactly. So that means if
You're-
you watch people like this right now, like say this was a leg, right? A human leg, and I eat this gummy that's a leg, that makes me a cannibal, right? Because now I'm going to be like, I wonder what a real leg tastes like.
This is what human leg tastes like. I want to have more of it.
Again,
Have you seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've
No
not the whole
comment.
thing.
So
but
there's an episode about just that.
Yeah,
Frank
there
has a
is.
fridge full of different meats.
Fucking raccoon meat.
And he told them that what they ate was human meat.
Are you serious?
But it was
they
literally
started craving human meat,
Stop
but really
it.
it was
Yeah.
just like
Walking around
raccoons
with
that he's
forks
ran
and knives.
over.
Do you think that would happen in real life? Like if you told somebody that it's certain
almost like
kind
a
of meat?
placebo effect.
Yes.
Actually, yes, I have a theory about this.
I love your theory.
Do we have time for the theory?
We got
enough time for a theory.
Are you sure?
super,
Okay.
super quick.
All right,
So,
let's go.
So here's the thing. If you birth a human into a room, all white, nothing else, no outside stimulation, just white room,
Yes.
and every week or so, when that human becomes 4 or 5 years old, you only feed it food through a door, and you start coming in and saying, listen, this is what it is. And you start bringing 2 objects into the room. If you put a set of keys in a book in front of this person that has never had any outside interactions, and you say the keys are books and the books are keys, what will that human associate books and keys with? It will automatically assume that the keys are books and the books are keys because it has no outside influence.
All right.
Wow.
That makes sense though.
So it's the same.
interesting.
It's the same thing with Stockholm syndrome. It's
Yes.
the same thing with any form of compressed ideology onto a certain group or even a person.
Okay.
That's how people get pushed into cults,
Yes.
pushed into certain religions, things like that. You can absolutely convince somebody that something is something that it absolutely is not. But they don't need they can't have any outside influence of it. Like if you convince somebody that books are keys and keys are books, and say 6 years down the road somebody calls them on the phone, say they have a phone, and say, hey, the keys are keys and the books are books, they're going to fight you tooth and nail about it.
Yeah.
So it's about conditioning.
You're right. That is about conditioning.
And-
it's just like what we saw in the last 2 years.
Yeah. It falls back into, it could be translated to anything from the music scene to us just sitting right here.
Yeah.
You can take our thoughts, you can take our ideas and run with them, or you could have it, you could see it as a garden.
Yes.
We could plant seeds and those seeds can grow into new ideas. You can plant seeds into somebody's head and make them think a certain way. But unless you have the ability to reap what you sow,
Yeah.
those ideas will take over your mind entirely.
Absolutely. That all makes sense, man. Again, it comes down to what you perceive the world as.
Exactly. It's all perception.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to be,
Open.
not even
Open
open.
mind.
Just you have to convince yourself that you're mentally capable enough to question things that you don't think are real.
Well, it's the same thing with like when you watch a horror movie. There's some people that can't take it because they're like, "Oh my god, it
what did
looks
that happen to
real."
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. So just
I indulge myself in that depravity.
same, 100%.
I like it because it opens my mind to the ideas of like, yeah, I'm gonna be the one to survive that horror
Right.
film.
Right.
Jason's not gonna fucking hit me with a machete. I'm just saying.
goes back to paranormal investigations.
Yes.
So, I don't know. There's people out there that might not want to do it. I'm interested in this. Sitting in a room in a haunted place with tools.
Like
and
a
being
spirit
able,
box.
Yeah. Spirit box, audio recorder, video camera. I am interested because now you are alone. You're not influenced by anybody around you because there's nobody there. You know, somebody might go, oh, I see something, and then you get
Fear
scared.
is contagious.
Right. But this is you alone with scientific tools,
Yeah.
with whatever's happening in the ambience.
That's exactly the video that I saw with the boys react or whatever. It's a YouTube channel, and with like your narrator and all that. When I was talking about the asylum video, they did have a spirit box. They used like actual things, like even like a motion detector.
I've
or
seen
like,
their channel.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I love it. And when they did the asylum episode, like
Yeah.
it freaks you out. Like they're literally using like a spirit box and they're literally talking to a spirit.
I love the SB7. You know, it's one of the originals of its kind.
Yeah.
And then there's the portal, which I've seen in action. No, this portal, SB7 uses radio frequency and it sweeps through so fast that you're not supposed to hear anything intelligible come out. You're just supposed to hear and whatever sound comes out, it's like a blip of whatever.
White noise.
Right. And everybody's seen it on Ghost Adventures, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's all fake and all." But
Zach Bagans is the fucking goat.
Is that the guy that-
No
Yep.
matter what
From
anybody
the
says,
asylum?
dude, Ghost Adventures is my favorite show.
I like
Love
this
him
show.
because
Fuck
all
off,
he's doing
demons.
is talking shit.
Yeah.
He's just like,
He's like, they don't fucking exist. I'm just sitting in the bathroom and nothing's happening. Like,
come
bro,
twist my nipples and see what happens.
so, like, when I watch that and I hear people go, "Oh, it's all fake," I go, "Okay," but have you been in a haunted place with these tools
Yeah.
and seen them work without any type of media, without any type
Yeah.
of influence from television or movies? Have you seen this happen in life? Because I have.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I've just explained some of the things I've experienced earlier in the show.
Me too.
So here's a weird instance. That same night about the dowsing rods and my grandfather and all that, asking questions. The same night, the paranormal team that we went with had one of these spirit portals. And so it's weird. A lot of the frequencies are coming from like internet radio stations, and it's a weird thing. You're not hearing you're not hearing any of that.
Yeah.
You're hearing talking. and it's all in reverse. The words, not always, but most of it are all in reverse. And so, like, if you ask a question, you might even get an answer. There was one time in Palmyra, the town of Palmyra in New York, where we went into this place. It's the museum, and at that museum there were atrocities that happened there. There was a fire that happened that killed a mother and 6 kids, and the going rumor was that the husband was the cause of this. So the first time I went to this building, we were not allowed in the basement, not at all. The second time, about a few years ago, we were able to go in the basement, and holy fuck, that ambient, like that whole room, you can start feeling things. Now, I don't know about you guys. Like, if you go in a room, you can kind of read the room.
You can.
Whether, there's people there or not, but you can kind of understand what's either happening or happened there. You can kind of feel, you feel the energy.
Yeah.
So there was, like, remains of the original house that were there, like the fireplace and all that. So the spirit, this portal, you can hear a man and children, which is way beyond bizarre. And again, you hear like these. It was all in reverb, the reverse, like the words are coming out in reverse, but not always. And I swear, the one time you heard the father tell him, "Don't talk," or I forget what it was. Don't say anything. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "Don't say anything." He was basically telling the kids, "Don't say anything." You heard the kids. You heard the man, but you never heard a female voice. Now, the rumor is the wife's being shut out. I don't know if that's true, but I'm experiencing this in real time, and I'm hearing this male voice, very intimidating voice, telling kids, don't say anything. Tells me maybe there's something to it. Maybe the father did cause the fire.
Yeah.
Honestly, what that kind of sounds like to me is that the mom had more to do with it. Like, maybe he was telling the kids to not say anything because mom's around and doing the just a thought into that. But
okay, that's something I didn't think about.
Maybe like that's what you're hearing is him being like, don't say anything, mom's around or something's happening. But I can also see it the other way around too.
Yeah. Well, again, it's historically proven.
It's all about the tone of the voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a very intimidating, like dark, harsh voice that we were hearing. And I have it on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook. It's some
really?
This was years ago. I forget how long. I think it was like 2019, maybe 2018. It was around 2018, actually.
So just wait for Facebook memories is what you're saying.
If I can find it, I'll repost it. But
Let's pause for a second.
uh-oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I know, I was looking at it. You need to be at work. 6:30.
6:30? All right. We can wrap up. Yeah, we can wrap up.
Sorry, guys.
No problem.
I could do this
good.
all
Yeah, we
day,
could-
but
we
I
could
need
literally come
my
back.
boy to be prosperous.
We
Yeah,
could
you're
literally
right.
do
I
this.
feel
all
that. I
fucking
feel
day.
that.
No problem, man. I get it. Everyone's schedule's different. So.
Hey, hey, man! I work for the county clerk's office, so I have to be there at like 8:30 sharp. So, yeah.
All right. So if you're brand new to listening, or if you're just a loyal listener, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you, and just spread the word of the M-Balm effect so we can see more of this happen as time goes on. And with that being said, we can get the graphics up here for you. Go to our Facebook page, share, like, follow, and go to our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. So that way you get notified when we go live and all the new videos and all the highlights and all that you can get as we do it. So that way you're updated on the M-Balm effect. Always. Yes.
Always.
It was a very pleasurable conversation
It
we
was
had here,
awesome.
boys. I'm glad we
I
we
fucking
went
love
through
this
that.
conversation,
We
dude.
could definitely do this again sometime very soon.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Always,
Part
you,
two.
you guys are always welcome here. I hope you know that.
Yes,
Jerry,
please.
it's your third time. Matt, it's your
Please.
first, but don't make it your last.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yes, please come back. We need you guys.
For sure.
We enjoy your company, to be honest. This conversation, I can't believe it's been 3 hours and 8
Me
minutes.
either.
But
Oh, shit.
I'm glad because I think you might be the longest ones now so far to date. I'll be honest with you, this might be the longest show we've done. I don't know, but
That was the first and the longest. Woohoo!
that's what she said. Ba-da-da.
Don't forget to go to the Flower City Station tonight for Schism Show.
Yes,
Prawn.
I'm gonna be there.
Go check
Goon
it out.
Squad.
Yes, the Goon Squad. We got Prawn and all that. Gonna be there live, so go check
Sorry,
them
I
out.
had to
I will
push
be
it a
there,
little bit.
so
No, that's
please
okay.
come check me or
Go check him out.
Yes,
And then
please.
see the bands.
Come say hi.
Yes.
Okay, I don't bite.
No, he
much.
doesn't. Dash Man doesn't bite too much. Thank you for listening, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you for subscribing. We will be back live next week, here live on the M-Balm Effect. This is the M-Balm Effect. Bye. Bye.
The M-Balm Effect.